Welcome to the show, where the truth gets very low. Every scream's a dollar sign, every lie's by design. Corporate masters pull the strings, watch the puppets dance and sing. Unlimited tirade, we're cutting through the masquerade. Unlimited tirade, no more feeding on that fake parade. We'll see through the charade. Unlimited tirade.
Ta-da! What is up, everybody, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, Decrepit, the hooded lad in the corner of the cantina, and we are back once again for another great episode of Unlimited Tirade, where we talk all of your favorite tisms and talk shit about what's going on the internet. So, shout out to everybody, man. We had some few people in the chat before we got started. Double A was in the room. Shout out to Double A. He was gearing up and he's ready to throw some smears on James Gunn. Shout out to Double A. Good to see you, man. But yeah, real quick, guys, disclaimer. Tonight, I am co-hostless. Co-hostless? Hostess cupcakes. I don't know what you want to say. Whatever. But we are co-hostless tonight. Unfortunately, Keely, Narrow Dark, they aren't going to be here for tonight's episode. We know. We miss them. We love them. And it's sad and unfortunate. But we'll have them on next time, guys. Don't worry. But to go ahead and satiate all of you guys, we did, however, hit someone up tonight, a little bit on the last minute notice, but they were geared up and ready to go. And of course, I am talking about somebody that's near and dear to my heart on the internet tism space. And of course, I am talking about none other than Mr. John Getz Gaming. How you doing, sir?
Unbelievable, America.
You're doing good, brother.
About to do it, yeah. We're going to DC next week. I wouldn't have been able to help you out, but I am now.
Yeah, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. Happy to have you on. Appreciate you doing this request for me last minute notice, but you were ready for it.
Yeah, it worked out timing wise. Actually, I just
man. And you know, I know we said it in the background, but I was saying, like, who the fuck else do I like? Like, who I can't just have on anybody. You know what I mean? It can't be. I'm not gonna name names, but there's some people out there that I'm like, yeah, no, not him. No, not him. But John Getz came on the Rolodex, and I was like, yeah, we got to get John on the show. I think you tried to be on the show earlier on in like the earlier episodes, wasn't it not? We tried to have you on the show before.
Was it? Man, did something not work out scheduling wise? I don't even remember.
I think it was for the first episode when I had Scran and Keely and Narrow Dark and me, and then I had tried to get you on, but I think it was something with the internet connection, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, it was for your like 50 subscriber or something. I was traveling. We didn't have the internet set up at my brother's place yet. And so it was weird because it had worked out. Like the previous night I had done Grizzy's like awards stream or whatever. He had let me announce something and it had worked out fine. But for whatever reason, the next day the internet was being very temperamental there because I was working on hotspots. And it was like, oh, no, you're not going to do this today. It was all robot voice. And so, yeah, that's what it was. I remember now.
Well, no worries. We got you here tonight, man. It's good to
Luckily,
have you.
Luckily, I am at home and settled now. So we're
right
good
on. Fuck yeah, right on. And real quick in the chat, we had SWA, one of the best mods on YouTube. He's going to hit me with a gun punch saying, sorry, you're going to watch Mortal Kombat 2 right now. It's all right. I'll go fuck myself. We'll shut off the stream, SWA. That's it. That's a wrap. Goodbye, everybody.
In fact, everybody currently watching this stream should just go watch that movie instead. Now,
just go watch Mortal Kombat instead of this retarded shit. Honestly, like you guys don't need to hear this.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to say Mortal Kombat does not require your full attention. You could be listening to us and just watching the fights in the background if you have like a second screen or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like how you mute one thing and have the volume up on another.
Yeah, let's be honest. Jade's acting that bald bitch from Intergalactic. You don't need to listen to her talk. You just watch her fight. You know.
Yep. You could do that, or you guys could have us on the audio, or not have us on the audio and just watch our faces as we're like talking here and there, or watch John's face. I
I
guess
was
you
gonna
could say.
say I'm the only one. I'm the only one
Yeah.
brave enough for camera.
Yeah. I chose to do the anonymous route,
No,
but
that's the smart route. I'm stupid.
I debate that every time when I do these streams, bro, because I'm like, man, one day am I gonna do it? Is the face reveal in the cards? But yeah, we have to be on a monstrosity kind of level on YouTube and streaming for that to kind of happen. But anyway, you guys will make do with what you get and take no fret.
At least
SWA also said, I don't know if it was last minute. I decided to watch it now. I don't know when I would. Hey, no problem, man. You're good, bro. You're good. Shout out to SWA. And like I said, AA was in the building. Before we get our gears rolling, we're gonna see what he had to say. He said there's a low tier soy channel called Eric Debunks. I love making him and his sheeps triggered. I always have a field day with them. Right on.
Eric is like one step above organized chaos. It's close between the two, but
I have no knowledge of any of this, actually. So
yeah, there's a whole sphere of like they're kind of like they make their living off kind of just be like response videos to the whole critical drinker nerdrotic kind of sphere. And calling them racist and bigots and everything all the time, and just doing doing like the EFAP thing, only against the other side of things.
yeah. I obviously we know that the EFAP crew, they made that like model of streaming and like breaking down videos and movies, what have you, and now they break down YouTube videos as well. So they kind of made that model popular, and everybody just followed suit. I'm guilty of it. I've definitely done it before. I know a lot of other people that do it, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Even the other people on the other side of not on our side, on their side, even they attempt it. And then AA also said, they're literally dying on this hill. That we're problem. This movie is failing. What shocked me today is when I saw Grace Randolph taking shots at this movie. It's bad when she talks. I did see that today. I saw, who was I watching? I want to say, I don't know if it was Open Bar when I was watching Drinker and Mahler. They were talking about it. I don't know I can't remember if they brought up Grace, but somebody, I watched like 4 streams today, right? Like I had no life today. So I watched like 4
nerdrotic nooner.
Yeah. I typically don't watch that one because it kind of bleeds out from the Geeks and Gamers Daily Show. I kind of skip that one sometimes. But anyway, so I watched some streams today and I did see footage and like heard what Grace had to say about the Supergirl film. Definitely surprised me. It's also surprising what other people said. Angry Joe. But we're gonna get to that when we talk about it. So that all being said, guys, we have a nice little itinerary laid out for you tonight. We're going to start off and flip things around for you. We're going to do gaming tisms first off on the show because the GTA 6 iceberg is too big to ignore. We have to talk about that a little bit. I see John's rocking the GTA 3 shirt. Is that like a reprint, re-release shirt, or is that like a new one?
This is like an Instagram ad of like old gaming shirts, and
okay, that's cool.
Quality remains to be seen. If it washes off in like 3 washes, then I'll be a little mad, but
100%
for now I like the graphic, and I got like a Spyro, Ratchet and Clank, all the fucking games I grew up with. I was just like, oh yeah, those are some cool shirts. I'll get a little bundle of those.
On that tip, like I went, not to deviate to talk about what we're talking about tonight, but I went into GameStop like for the first time in months the other day.
Damn.
And I don't have a reason to go into GameStop like that, especially since they just,
you don't want to trade in your games for like 30 cents.
Nah, dude. I know what I have. I know what I have. Like every Facebook market seller has their item. I know what I got. So I walked into GameStop the other day, man, and those things are just now, they're like, it's been made famous and it's typical rhetoric when everyone brings it up, but they all have just nothing but pop figures, trading cards, action figures, clearance sale racks with t-shirts and toys. Like it doesn't even look like GameStop of old.
Yeah, aren't they they're heavy on the Funkos and stuff, right?
Yeah, they have a shit ton of Funko Pops, dude, like an entire half wall of them. So I went in there and of course I was in there too long and I felt like, oh, you got to walk out with something. You got to buy something at least. And I went to the shirt rack. I got me a Fallout New Vegas t-shirt. I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, oh, this could be like a gym shirt maybe. So I bought that. But then when I went to the counter, I'm thinking these shirts are like $8-9. It was fucking $21, bro. 22 plus tax. It was fucking insane. I still bought it. I still paid the money like a fucking sheep. Oh God. Speaking
well, at
of
least
sheep,
you actually got the shirt. They didn't just give you a box that like said you had the shirt.
you can
know?
download this shirt later on
You
if
can
you
download
want.
the graphic and print it
You
on
can
your own
download
shirt.
the shirt graphic into any game of your choice. These only these 3 games will
We
take it.
sold you a JPEG essentially for $20, but you could totally print it out and iron it onto a
I
white
was
t-shirt of your
looking at my
choice.
receipt and I was like, when they said NFTs, this isn't what I had in mind. So anyway, that being said, guys, the itinerary tonight, Grand Theft Auto 6, the fucking mess that it is. We'll touch a little bit on like the price hike they did for the Xbox Series X console. That was a big real upset for a lot of console fans. But then we might even dabble into like, our console is even worth it now in the future? And then of course we're going to talk about Supergirl and the big fucking splash it's making. And it's actually making a lot of shills kind of like sing a different tune now that it's released and they actually got their eyes on it. They got their hands on the movie. So we're going to be getting into all that. Sit back, relax, crack open a cold one, get your popcorn. It's going to be a good one, and enjoy yourself. Real quick, thank you.
Oh wow, listen to that audience.
Oh,
Look
thank
at
you.
go.
Oh yeah. We're a big show over here. Real big show. Real quick before we get the ball rolling on that, Mike C pointed out the obvious. He said the bisexual lighting. Been doing a lot of research on Smash JQ.
I believe it's JT.
It's JT, Smash JT. But yeah, I'm poking fun at that tonight, man. And what's up to Surges in the chat? Good to see you, sir. Shout out to Surge. I'm poking fun on that tonight, man, because it's been a lot of reaching, in my opinion, about what people are trying to say. Oh, like this is the next great noticing that's going around in the gaming space, is like all these covers and these designs for the color palettes. Like I saw Smash JT. Speaking of him, he screenshotted the Halo campaign evolved remake cover, and because the planet was like purplish hue in the background, he like circled that in like fucking Microsoft Paint or whatever he fucking circled it in, and said, oh, but the bisexual lighting, it never lies. And I tweeted him, and I was like, I don't know, I think this is a bit of a reach, bro. I was like, I don't know about that.
When I don't mean to call you out, but I'm noticing the background above and below me right now is a little purple and pink.
I'm telling you, yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for it tonight because I want to make some people cry if they see it. So
I am not bisexual unless it'll get a hot woman to sleep with me for me to say that. In which case, I would totally say that.
Double A's back in the room. Serge said, "Did the Discord get taken down?" Or no, it's not taken down. I redid the link. The link. I don't have it, unfortunately. I don't have a mod right now in chat. SWA went to go watch Mortal Kombat. But I do have a Discord link on the solo tirade stream that is up on the page. If you go back to that stream, it's pinned in the comment section. I'll have to reactivate it and pin it on the main page, and then probably in the description for this as well. But shout out to, we did have a little bit of growth in the Discord recently. We had like about three or four new people jumped in the Discord. So shout out to all of those people. Thank you guys. The community grows, the numbers grow.
I actually tried to talk in it recently because I'm a member of all these Discords, and I'm always like, fuck, I don't even like talking these.
Like, I don't even say nothing. Like, I don't even like these guys.
No, I'll usually like scroll through the main chat, and then I'm always like, you know, I'm either working or like I'm doing my thing, and then it's like, oh fuck, I didn't say anything for the last like 2 weeks in here.
Yeah, and then Mike C said calling purple woke is ridiculous. Crown Royal is woke. Mace Windu is double woke, and he's a DEI hire because he's black. Double A said Warner Brothers are retarded. Oh yeah, we're gonna mention that too. Warner Brothers had an announcement, and as far as the animated DC Studio projects that they're working on. So that was announced. We are gonna dabble on that at the end of the Supergirl talk tonight. Don't you fret, guys. But shout out to everybody in the live chat. Shout out to the replay crew. We love to see and hear from you guys. Make sure to leave a like and share the stream. Let us know what you guys think about the show. And let's go ahead and get right into it. So like I said, we're going to start this off with the Grand Theft Auto 6 conversation. A lot of people have been angry about it, man. And so that being said, we're going to start off the show with a little bit of gaming tisms.
So there's kind of...
Sorry about that.
This motherfucker's like professional and shit. He's got graphics and intros.
What were you gonna say before I cut you off so rudely?
Oh, just that there's two tiers to this whole controversy. I feel like people are talking two different things because some people are like, oh, the price, the $80, and they're both worth talking about, but it's the $80, and I honestly think they wanted to do $100, but they didn't want the backlash, so they locked some essential shit behind $20 more. At shops and shit.
We're gonna get onto all the nitty gritty, John.
Yeah.
Do not worry.
So there was that, and then the other big one was, of course, the no disc in the case.
Oh yeah.
So that's the two big ones that I know of.
So yesterday, guys, we all know that Grand Theft Auto 6 midnight and on the 25th, all the pre-orders went live. That being pretty much all day today, all the pre-orders have been pouring in for this fucking game, and we were all given highly detailed information on this release. The fact being that you are actually not going to get the full game if you pay the minimum $80 asking price. Apparently, like John just said, there's going to be a $20 upcharge paywall for $100 to get the full experience of this game, because there are shops, example like tattoo shops, customizable shops for your cars, vehicles, and what have you, your weapons, customizable for your characters, clothes, jewelry, a barber shop. All of that stuff could possibly be behind a paywall. So that being said, there's also no announcement or no inkling towards what the online is going to look like for this. I believe that online is not even ready personally. I don't think that it's obviously it's already cooking up and they're gearing for it because they want it to be as much of a success as the original GTA Online for Grand Theft Auto 5 was, but I don't think it's going to be accessible just yet. We've had nothing and heard nothing but campaign talk this whole time. So, John, I know that you know what I know about this. You've been seeing all the madness. What was your first reaction when you heard about the price for starters?
Well, the price, I guess I'm not totally surprised because we've had Mario Kart,
Nor should you be.
Mario Kart World. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mario Kart 8 is the one that they just kept at $60 forever, but as Nintendo is wont to do.
Good old Nintendo.
And now Sony has caught on to that, and they're like, oh, well, we're never going to lower our game prices either. But now GTA has taken that next step where they're like, okay, it's $80 for the kind of bare bones version. For those who haven't played GTA a lot, I mean, these are like tattoo shops, parts shops, I believe it was, and some single player stuff and cosmetics. And it's like, this is stuff that has been in the game since I started with GTA 3, as is my shirt, whenever I was 9 years old, probably a lot younger than I should have been playing that. But
oh yeah, same here.
And it's just like, you went into the pay and spray to, get rid of your wanted level. That was the only way to get rid of a wanted level past 1 star.
Yes.
And it's like, so basically it's $100 to get the full game. I mean, if we're being honest about it.
Yeah, man. And you know what? I wanted to say this, like Rockstar Games, you're really pussy to not just flat out ask $100 for this, because I think that everyone was kind of already suspecting this game was going to be $100 flat upon release. And for them to you're basically insulting the intelligence of the buyers and the fans of this franchise, because we knew, seeing the fucking abnormally success rate that the online took off for the GTA 5. Like, people are still playing it today, dude. This, and that game came out in 2013. It's been on 3 console generations now, and I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to hawk it to us on whatever comes after Series X and the PS5. I wouldn't be shocked, honestly. But I'm telling you this, that Rockstar Games, they didn't have the balls to just straight up say, yeah, the game's $100, take it or leave it. They just could have flat out done that, thrown their dick on the table and been like, buy it or don't, and people would have actually respected that more, instead of this like conniving ass little sneak shit that they're trying to do with this $20 decrease price version. No, like that automatically, that could be like a business decision on their end to be like, oh, like if they know that they're missing out with this $80 version, they might as well just fork over the $100 and give them the option. I think a lot of people are going to opt out and actually just pay $100 for this.
Yep,
That's what I
I
think,
think most
honestly.
people are going to upgrade as well. Yeah, I think they'll be like, "Well, I'm spending 80, I might as well spend 100." Especially people that
Mhm.
have played GTA 5 for over
Oh,
10
dude,
years. They're
and,
just
like,
like,
I'm
"Well, it's an
shamelessly
investment."
I'm shamelessly in admittance of it, dude. Like, I've sunk so much money into shark cards when I was in the thick of, like, the online gaming I it did, man. The game had me by the
Yeah.
balls. Like, GTA Online was, like, the ultimate gaming experience that I've had in my life, like, since I played Call of Duty Black Ops 2, because
Mm.
I jumped off the Call of Duty ship after that, and I really
Uh-huh.
didn't have anything that really gravitated my attention as far as online multiplayer. I was, like, sticking to my Sony, story classic games, like my single player mode
Yeah.
games. You know what I mean? That was my bread and butter for so long. And now that this is coming around, I could suspect if the online is that much better. Because let's be real, guys. Like, a lot of us can talk shit and say we're not going to even give any money to this. There's going to be a lot of people that secretly still play this game, even though they're talking shit. This is just going to be too big of a release for people to ignore and not be part of the train when it officially comes out. But what were you going to say, John? I know I'm rambling. Go ahead.
Well, basically, as far as the online front goes, you mentioned that it's probably for those who don't remember, GTA 5 was like this as well. They released in September, and I remember because it's my birthday month. It was kind of like I forget if it was slightly late or slightly early birthday gift. I'm September 18th, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting Wolverine early and Resident Evil on my birthday.
Nice.
Um, so hopefully those are good. But anyways, and then about a month later, they did the GTA Online. Um,
Yep. There
and
was a
this is
delay.
back on the yeah, this was the first really I think it was like October 17th or something stands out in my mind. But anyways, um, sometime in October, it was about a month after the initial release. So they gave you a chance to play the single player, which I actually found commendable because that was right whenever everybody was shoving online multiplayer modes. And for those who don't remember, late seventh gen, this is 360 PS3, a lot of game companies were doing online passes where if you bought a
Yep.
used copy of a game, you had to buy the online pass for 15 or $20 or whatever because they didn't want you to buy used games. They wanted you to pay for everything. And so they locked out the
Oh yeah.
multiplayer. And
And
so,
yeah.
yeah, GTA was actually good in that they supported single player. They were like, you play that for a month. We want you all to experience it. And what they had promised was we are going to have single player DLC, which they had for GTA 4, Ballad of Gay Tony,
And the
Lost and the
Lost.
Damned.
Yeah.
And I
Which
forget if there
were
was a
by
third.
which if I can interject were
Mhm.
amazing DLCs, by the way. I still would
Oh,
replay
yeah.
them to the today.
Oh, and by the way, GTA 4, like we've had GTA 5, which was released initially on the same consoles as GTA 4. And
Yes.
yet for some reason never gets taken off of those consoles, where you can release it for the, at least the PS4, Xbox One gen, and then via backwards compatibility, we could play it on modern gen consoles.
Yeah, I think the only
But
way that I can play, because I have a disc copy of GTA 4 and it's
Mm,
playable on my I have an Xbox One X
yeah,
and it's playable on backwards compatibility. That's the way I did it. But
yep,
fuck me. Yeah, but like you said, they are trying to like lean away because they want more online and
mhm,
they're trying to push away the used game market.
hmm,
Another big doozy was no physical disc copy upon release of this. So if you guys were banking on this being the typical release that we're used to, this is the changing of the guard. This is the Trojan horse. This is one of the I know Nintendo's been dabbling in that recently, and Nintendo Switch fans have been whining about this, but I'm not big of a Nintendo head. Probably John's a bigger Nintendo head than me, and he can educate me. But
mm,
I'm telling you that this game right here, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing with this. They know that this is too big of a game to ignore. And like I said, a lot of people want to be a part of this upon release. Nobody wants to be having FOMO when this drops, and that's just typically how a lot of gaming fans are. Like they just go with the curve or with the flow of what's like trending and what's hot. Especially Rockstar and Grand Theft Auto fans, they're easy to fucking jump on that wagon. But no disc on release, and that was the one thing that dude, I think I retweeted and quote tweeted about like 15 different posts that are just shredding apart the fact that we're not getting a disc release for this, dude. And this is the model that they want to move forward with in the gaming industry. And what better game to be the one that turns the tide than one of the most anticipated and hyped up games in the last 10 years that we've been talking about this game. Like what a perfect game to be the catalyst and the starting point for changing up the gaming industry how they want it to change up.
Be it the pricing or this whole because the excuse they make is, oh, we need to avoid leaks because, like, you know, an employee at GameStop can get a physical copy early and they can. First of all, what leak is going to hurt GTA 6 sales? Like, we can talk as much as we want about it. This game is going to make all their money back on day one. And I remember this because I've seen this pattern before.
Mind you, John, not to interrupt you, but they have recorded and stated that this is about in the ballpark of $1 billion on investment on this, which they made back over like several times with the GTA Online being as stretched and milked out as far as it's been.
When I say they'll make it back in a day, I'm not even like exaggerating.
That's not exaggeration.
Not any hyperbole, because it happened. It happened with GTA 5. It was the most expensive game ever when it launched. It was like 200 and something million. They made it all back literally on release day, and it was like, and that was priced at $60. And it was like, you know, and who knows how much they've made from that over the years. I mean, it's consistently been a top 10 seller every month for over a decade.
Minimum price for this is still like a minimum price for GTA 5 is still $15, ain't it? Like, or 20, it's like $15-$20.
I haven't looked into it in a while. I will admit I got suckered into the second version because it came at the end of a console gen. So I sold my PS3 copy. I bought a PS4. You know,
Well, I kept my 360 copy, and then I bought it for the PS4 because I transitioned to where I thought the PS4 was better than the
congratulations.
Xbox One. Thank you. I had a PS2 too in the back in the day, Dick. So like I'm
joking about the word transition, but anyways.
No, I flip flopped between like Sony, then Xbox, then back to Sony, and now I have both, but I still haven't made the leap to PS5 and Series X. You know what I mean? So this game was going to be that one that I made the leap for, but with all of this information coming out, I think I'm gonna just hold on to my $100 and see what happens like about like a month or two after release. And I can just, because I'm not as hyped about the story for this game, and that's what we've been given previews of. Obviously, they haven't been talking or explaining anything about online, but we've been getting story previews for the trailers so far. And the one thing that I was hammering in to everybody that I talked to about this, like in person today that I talked to, they put pre-orders out for the biggest game that could be dropped in the last 20 years, and we still haven't seen any gameplay.
Nope.
We have not seen a lick of gameplay, and they still like title teasers as gameplay trailer or gameplay teasers. And it's honestly bananas to me. And the level of like shilling that like Rockstar Games fanboys have been like whining about this, saying like they like I've heard it all, dude. Like I've heard it all. Like quit bitching, quit whining. Like you're broke. You're too broke to buy the game. Like honestly, no, dude. Like have some fucking common sense and a little bit of morality, and not give into this corporation and this shitty move that they're trying to play on gamers right now. This is honestly bizarre to me.
Well, and it's like I don't get the mentality of like I have to trash on the person who's criticizing something that you can buy something, acknowledge the flaws, and be like, but dude, I just want it so bad. I've been waiting 13 years. I'm still gonna buy it. It's shitty that they're doing this, but I really want this. Like, look, I got the fucking PlayStation symbols there, but I'm perfectly willing to acknowledge whenever they do some shitty stuff, and they do some really shitty stuff with their digital purchases recently. Their refund policy is horrendous. Like if people are willing to criticize that stuff, because I'll criticize them right along with them, because in the end, it only benefits me if we get a large consumer response and they're like, hey, yeah, sorry, we'll back off on that a little bit. And it's like, I'm not going to tell you, oh, you broke boy, what's wrong with you? Why don't you just pay more for PlayStation Plus?
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, no, it's shitty that they're charging more for PlayStation Plus. Fuck them.
And you know what, man? And like, there's a part of me too, because I'm part of I want to say, you know, I'm a millennial, right? And my age group is like millennials are, I want to say Gen Z gives a little bit of grace here and there, but millennials are probably the last generation that really is like hardcore about physical media.
Mm.
And I don't want to say that there is Gen Zs out there that do care about it as well, but I'm saying like millennials as a whole, we're probably the last generation that are holding on to our VHS tapes, our DVDs, our Blu-rays, our vinyl records, if we collect them, like what have you, because I collect all that stuff, right?
Mm.
And I'm a fiend for physical media. And it's a principle of the thing to me when you say that you don't have a disc for this game upon release, and then now there's a little bit of chatter that's been going on because the backlash has been so monumental. There's been some statements from Rockstar support, or like I don't know if it's AI or if it's real screenshots saying like, oh, a physical disc is going to follow months after release.
Well,
I like what's the business like plan behind that? What's the reason behind
so
that kind of rollout?
and I've seen that with smaller developers. This is obviously the complete opposite of any smaller developer. This is the biggest of all time, but like Mouse PI, I've been playing it digitally. I did order the physical version. And
How have you been enjoying that, by the way, real quick? I was curious.
I actually have been enjoying it. I love traditional animation, so like just seeing that
Yeah.
art style in a game, sort of like Cuphead a while back,
Right on, right on. But
where
anyway.
you just see that. Yeah, and it's really charming. But there's a lot of games that release a physical version later. They're mostly smaller games like Plucky Squire, which I haven't gotten to, but I ordered the physical version recently. It released on PlayStation Plus day one, but I was like, no, I kind of like to own the disc. So I waited and I ordered it. Baldur's Gate 3 is probably the recent big game. It won Game of the Year. It sold 20 million copies or whatever,
Yeah,
pretty much
yeah,
right away.
that was a big one.
It was digital only at first, but about, I want to say like 4 to 6 months later, I saw a little notification came up from a company I follow. Gosh, I forget the name now. There's Limited Run and there's another one that does a lot of physical versions of games. And Limited Run has their problems as well. But as far as like culture war crap, but they were like, hey, we're going to release a 3-disc version of Baldur's Gate 3, and it's all on the disc. It's going to be a nice collector's edition, and I never got it digitally. I just waited for that.
Is that? That's cool. That's actually neat.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I'll grab it at some point whenever I got to get up here. I'll grab it, but it's no, it's nice. I still haven't gotten to it, quite frankly. I guess
No worries, dude.
But you know,
The gamer's plight.
yeah, I'm just like, well, now I have it whenever I want.
It's sitting there. It's
they can
ready.
never
It's
change
waiting.
it. And the thing is, like, and the first game that I really took advantage of, like, I want to play the 1.0 version. I don't want to play their patched version, their always online version, was actually Stellar Blade. They changed a bunch of stuff. They took out the hard R graffiti, which was really stupid that they had to take that out because it's like a Korean game and it wasn't even the bad word. It was like literally just the word hard and then the letter R was after it. Like, just to be clear, like, and they had to censor it though because there was, you know, people on X or whatever that were like making a fuss about it. But and then there were some outfits that were changed and stuff, and I was like, no, I want to play the 1.0 version. So I was streaming from my Mac, but I disconnected my PS5 from the internet. I put in the disc. I installed the 1.0 version of the game because I had it on disc because I ordered it at launch. And it was like, you can play it. And it's the nice thing that they can't change your physical version. They can't disable it. You can, if it comes on disc. And this is another point of confusion. People are like, oh, well, discs don't matter anymore. They're just an install code. Not true for most games. But there's actually a great Twitter account. It's called Does It Play, and they have a database of just like what works with a day one patch, what works without a day one patch, what game can be played offline. They're great at just like compiling all the info, and they're always at the forefront of this. And because there's certain games like Doom: The Dark Ages, and this is where I get on Microsoft a lot because they do this a lot where I just got the Elder Scrolls Oblivion remastered. I got it on disc so I can resell it if I ever want to. But you also have to, it requires internet connection to install the full game. And that's a big distinction. It'll usually be written on the box. Same with the Nintendo key cards that you mentioned. Yeah. It's like, you know, you can install a little bit from this, but it's basically a license.
Required.
Yeah.
Online required.
Yeah, it'll usually be a little note on there. It's like, internet connection required for full install. And it's just like, all right, like there's still a benefit to those, to be clear. You can still resell those, delete the game off your console and be like, I'm going to make my 40, 60 bucks or whatever.
But I don't think we're going to have that same privilege with the kind of way that they're going about this release in particular, dude.
Not like with a full digital purchase, you can't.
And like I was saying, like if the thing about them releasing discs eventually is true, like okay, but what was the point of not starting out that way? Because like you want to jump on, like I don't even know, like I'm trying to wrap my brain around it, and like because I said I'm like technologically inept and I don't pay attention to everything, but I will say that I believe that discs should have been available upon release, because like I said, it's more of a principle thing at this point now for me, that I know that the disc might be only good to just like activate the license on your console. You might have to still be connected to the internet and download the big old like whatever 200 gigs or whatever the size of this is, but it's still, I still want the fucking disc. Like, give it to me. Like, I don't want you to deny me what's rightfully mine. Like, I feel entitled about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, well, in its principle, and to be honest with you, it is practicality in a lot of point, because like I mentioned this on X at some point, because people were like, "Oh, you're really gonna sell GTA?" I'm like, I actually sold GTA 5 twice. I sold the PS3 version when I bought the PS4 version, and then when I played through the single player and did all the side shit and kind of got bored with it again, because I don't do the online because I'm too ADD, too much of a backlog to really get hung up on something online, unless it's Dragon Ball Fighter Z, which I actually got good at. But
nice.
I sold it. And the same thing with Red Dead Redemption 2. I sold it. It was 150 gigabytes. And all the people who say like, oh, it's too much data. You know what you do with a big game? You have an install disc. You finish installing from that. You insert the second disc to play. It's a very simple problem.
Install and play this. That's a concept that not a lot of people are going to remember later down the line for sure.
It's not like the old days where you got to switch at a certain point, like Final Fantasy VII back on the PS1.
But you know what, dude? I'm so reminiscent, and like I said, I'm nostalgic, and I remember berries. I remember that like popping in a game in the PlayStation 2, the GameCube, the 360 took nothing. Like you just pop it in, it's ready to go, and you're
memory card
playing.
And you go.
Yeah, man. So yeah, really, really unfortunate. And by the way, guys, before we keep on moving, I just wanted to correct myself. We have someone else in the building with us, and who could it be? I don't know. But of course, it's going to be none other than Mr. Narrow Dark. How you doing, sir?
Ta-da! Fuck off! That's Narrow Dark's music.
Hello. Sorry, I'm late.
No, it's all good, mate. I was ready to rock and roll tonight, and then John came in last minute, so we were geared on. But it's pleasant to see you. How you doing? You doing all right?
Yeah, I just got super busy with work, but I'm all
no
good
worries,
now,
man.
So.
No worries.
Did I miss anything important?
Huh?
Or?
Oh, we've been spazzing about.
There's this game. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it's like an indie game, I think, something like that.
I think so.
It's super new concept.
6-1. I think it's like German or some shit. Anyway,
have you guys pre-ordered it or anything?
Fuck no.
I'm probably gonna do it.
Yeah, I know you are.
I don't blame you.
Absolute chill. Absolute goyim. Like.
All right, here real quick.
Yes.
In chat, I know I got to catch up with chat, guys. I'm sorry, but I want to highlight right here. February said Narrow Dark brings a sex appeal.
Wow.
Finally,
he's the only person willing to be on camera, but also as a ginger, I understand.
This motherfucker. you like the bisexual lighting, Narrow Dark?
Oh yeah, it's interesting.
Look at the purple on our names.
That's what I was saying.
He's all about the bisexuality.
Miami Vice, fucking GTA Vice City had the whole fucking color scheme like way back in the day when it came out. Like I don't want to hear it. People are whining about anything at this point.
Guys, if you're gonna whine about a color, the thing is the Alphabet Mafia has taken every color under the sun. You cannot avoid it if that's going to be your problem. Like they There's a reason they made their symbol the rainbow.
Dude, my brother-in-law tried to put a rainbow T-shirt, or my sister tried to put a rainbow T-shirt on my niece, and my brother-in-law was like, "Don't put that on her." And then she was like, "Why not? It's just a rainbow. They're kids. They don't know any better."
It's LJN. Like, it's a shitty game company. What's wrong with the rainbow?
He's like, they own it now.
Oh, but did you guys?
Double A said Narrow Dark brings the accent swag.
I guess so. Like, there's this new thing there's a new thing with PlayStation games where if you don't play it for 30 days, it's like marked as like the license run out.
So yeah, I brought that up recently. I think it's if you don't connect to the internet and like verify within 30 days, then
get fucked.
Yeah.
So you can't like leave your PS5 like offline. You need the internet connection to play the game.
Right. Yeah, if you have like the digital version or whatever. Yeah. So it's completely fucked. And
that
they started that shit.
No physical copy of a game. It's just like complete bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
it's definitely hurts me, and it hurts my soul. It just makes me like feel like you know, fucking wasted. But anyway, you said you're gonna pre-order this Narrow Dark?
Yeah, probably. I've got the money. Fuck it, might as well.
Well, yeah. And that's the funny thing.
Yo, you're not gonna come on here and call me broke for not wanting to pre-order this?
No. But I'm pretty sure the PC release is probably going to be either sometime next year or the year after.
Yeah, I forget when. I think it was 2015 was GTA 5.
That's a big delay for a game this big.
Because like the PC doesn't make as much money as console when it comes to GTA. So they'll hold off on releasing it on PC to make as much money with the consoles as possible. And then eventually they'll release it. Hopefully it's a decent port, but probably not.
I remember, back in the PS2 days, the PC ports of those GTA games were really shitty. I don't know how
they still are. They still suck.
Okay.
Like, they haven't been improved. They just are complete garbage, and everyone is like, "Don't buy these on Steam or anything. Don't get it on PC."
Yeah, because I'm looking right now, and it says there's no news on when a PC version will be released. It's also currently unknown whether it will come to Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah, I think it was like whenever they introduced like the PS4 version of GTA 5 where you could go in like first person mode, that was when it came to PC, I'm pretty sure. So it was like a couple years after it was released.
Yeah, because it released right at the end of the PS360 gen. It was literally in September of 2013, which the new consoles were releasing in November of 2013. So, and there was a shit ton crammed into that year, especially on
dude. I went on about this the last time me and Narrow Dark brought up Assassin's Creed. How Assassin's Creed put out Rogue for the 360, and then Unity was on the One. And I bought both games, even though I didn't have an Xbox One at the time yet, but I had to have both of them.
Black Flag was 2013, because it released cross-gen.
Yes,
I remember.
Yes, it did.
And that was one of the first games I got for my PS4. Because I figured it would be better. But I remember like PS3 in 2013 had God of War Ascension, Sly 4, Last of Us. They had the GTA wasn't exclusive, but it had GTA. It had a new Ratchet and Clank game like in October. It was like they fucking jam-packed like the end of the cycle. Oh yeah, and Gran Turismo 6. I was like, why the fuck did you put all this shit on the dying console? You could have had a crazy launch lineup. You just move this shit back.
The transition between 360 to 1 and PS3 to PS4 was a clusterfuck of releases, which I'm not complaining about. We have there's still a lot of good games that they were putting out, even though that they saw the 360 and the PS3 going over the horizon, heading over the hill on its way out, and then they were still releasing on the store. You could still get it's still happening to this day where you can get like a bunch of indie titles still being freshly released on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One store.
Dude, they played me on the PS3
because PS5 have no games. So it's we gotta keep giving games to the PS4 guys because those are the only ones with anything to do.
I saw people complaining about that for GTA 6. They were like, why aren't you releasing it on PS4? There's a lot of us still there. I'm like, man, there's fucking 90 million PS5 people and like 170
as much as I want to be as much as I want to be the old man shaking my fist about I wish it was on the PS4, that game doesn't belong on last gen. Honestly, like if you're gonna put out a game with this magnitude, like the way it looks already, what we've seen in the trailers, still no fucking gameplay, by the way.
Yeah, and
like this needs to be on next gen for sure.
there's also this thing, like a lot of people forget that like gaming is like a luxury hobby. You know?
Yep. Yes, it is.
And to the point where it's like the Australian pricing for this fucking game, it's $130 for the standard edition, and the ultimate edition is $160.
Yeah, I was seeing right
you
here.
You guys are worse than Canada.
Because I was seeing. Obviously, I know that the UK prices don't reflect the Australian price, Narrow Dark, but I saw that the UK price is $69.99 in pounds versus the $79.99 US dollar. And then I also was seeing, because I don't know, again, I don't. You're not part of the United Kingdom, but I was seeing how there's certain laws that they're passing it. Thank God, but there's certain laws they're passing right now, or that are going to be passed possibly when this game comes out, that they're going to be active, that requires age verification in the UK for particular games. That's what I was noticing as well. The real BBC reported this on their website. That's why I'm getting it up.
I know there was also like this social media ban in the UK for under 16.
For minors. Yeah,
but we were like also on the fence of like, should we actually keep this? I don't know if it's a good idea. So,
dude, yeah, I don't want to get into that whole conversation, but like I hear you there. That's too much of a gray area.
Yeah, unfortunately, it does intrude on the pop culture, but yeah, it's you gotta avoid it for now.
Yeah, because the youth, the voice of the youth is very important, dude. Like, and I don't want to snuff them, even though I do believe they shouldn't be exposed to certain things on the internet. But their voices do matter in like changing of culture and what have you. So, but yeah, Grand Theft Auto 6, man. It's gonna be still set to and tracked. We haven't had another delay yet, of course. Still going to be releasing on November 19th. Pre-orders went live today, so let us know if you're getting it. Let us know if you're gonna be forking over that $100 for the full version.
I will be paying
yourself with $80.
I'll be paying $160 for the Ultimate Edition.
Hey,
I already told my cousin, like, if they just was like, hey, standard edition $300, I'd be like, okay, fuck it.
Well, that's exactly, dude. Like, that makes my exact point. What I was telling John earlier, if they just had the nuts to fucking just say it's $100 flat. Like,
slap your dick on the table.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, pay up, bitches.
Just don't be pussy about it. Just charge $100. Just say it's $100 game. And like that's detrimental to a lot of other releases, because there's a lot of other gaming companies that are going to be like, oh, Rockstar Games think their game is valued at $100, but they're going to quickly realize that all the other games that other companies try to release, they're not GTA 6. So
that's the thing. Like I don't know if you've heard about a lot of musicians canceling their tours because during COVID, the pricing for tickets went up, but people were so desperate to get out and see like stuff that they were willing to pay for it. They were
paying them anyway, yeah.
But now that it's not COVID, musicians are still expecting that same like desperation, so their pricing is still really high, and no one is paying for those tickets. So instead of like lowering the ticket prices, they're just canceling the tours.
Yep.
So,
dude, they'll never lower, and that's what a lot of Hollywood people. That's why you see these out of control budgets, because they're like, oh, all these people, during COVID, they were like paying this much, and it's like they were so anxious to get out. It's like, and I kind of ran into that a little bit because John Williams was delayed during COVID whenever he was coming to Pittsburgh, and I was like, you know what? I'm not sure if he's going to be alive next time that this comes around. So it was more of a timing based thing. But Narrow Dark in the chat here, they mentioned I don't know if you're old enough. I don't know what your age is, but Australia banned Fallout 3 when it released. Is that true?
I'll have to look at that.
Dude, that was like, that was
I didn't know if you had a personal remembrance. Yeah,
that was like
2008.
Yeah.
Oh, because it was the chems in-game drug use.
Yeah.
But I've got the game on Steam,
so fine line to stand on Australia. Yeah. Like the one thing that I think Aussies are going to be hardline about, it's not it.
Oh, okay.
So like all criminals.
So it was pretty much. It was like it was actually the use of morphine, which is a real drug, combined with gameplay rewards for substance use. So it was sort of like, they're kind of like encouraging drug use.
Cry me a river.
So, but yeah, like I don't know how long that ban lasted because I've got the game.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that like back. It was during like 7th, 8th gen kind of, mostly like 7th gen kind of consoles where I don't know, like Australia had like a censorship thing going on for a while where like things would get banned like 6 months, a year, or whatever. I remember hearing about that back whenever I was like following gaming news like super close.
It used to be way more like hardcore. They used to ban a lot of games, but they don't really do that anymore.
Right on. And you know what? And also, since you're saying you're pre-ordering this Narrow Dark, are you still going to pre-order this and give them money, even though you still haven't seen any gameplay footage?
Yeah.
Like,
dude,
it's the brand name.
I've been waiting since, I'm pushing 30 and I was like 15 when the 5th game came out. Like, I've been waiting a while.
This is what people don't understand. They always, they bring it up with like Force Awakens, where it had been 10 years since the last Star Wars movie.
Give a fuck.
I forget what the exact phrase is, but it's basically like, no, I know, but it's like, God, I forget what the fuck it is. It's just like, you create a starvation essentially. You're just like, make people want it so bad, you make them miss it. You want them to be
everybody wants this game so bad, but nobody I haven't heard anyone talk about these main characters right here that are shown on here. What are their names? Jason and Lucia? That's their names,
like
right?
Everyone's no, they're gonna go on
everyone,
rampages and the gameplay is what they care about.
Everyone is automatically just like chalking this up as like we're getting a Bonnie Clyde storyline. And I don't think, and I've hypothesized with this with Narrow Dark before, that I think that I'm already like clip it, pin it, whatever, bookmark it now. I think Jason's going to be secretly a Fed, and he actually tries to like flip on Lucia. And like I just have a feeling that this is going to be like the major climax is going to be them pitted against one another, and then you're going to have a choice on which character you like finish the game with, or there's going to be a third option, how they offered you in GTA 5, where both of you like survive and then try to fight your way out of whatever shitstorm is heading your way.
I could see that.
I just think that that's the route it's going to go. Lucia's going to be the more focus on the story, and Jason's going to be a part of it too, but he's going to be like the secondary character to her, and she's going to be the one that you make most of the choices with.
They take the GTA 4 route, and they just have him call you every once in a while. He's like, "Want to go bowling, Lucia?"
Nah. Yeah, that'd be funny, but he's totally like the second playable character.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Because as much as like we like love the franchise of Grand Theft Auto, I still think Grand Theft Auto 5 was like one of the weaker releases as far as like the plot and storylines that they've given us so far. I think
like
GTA
Trevor was
5
really
was
the only. Trevor was
exactly
like the only real like memorable character.
They stretched themselves thin because they had 3 main characters.
I enjoyed playing Franklin's missions. His missions were fun to play because I loved Lamar. Lamar was a fucking hilarious character to interact with. Michael was my least favorite to deal with because the whole situation with him being like in the witness protection program, like that could have been cool, but the way they went about it, I when you're dealing with his whiny ass bitch son and then his daughter and his fucking wife cheating on him, like I don't know, I could have done without a little bit of that. I didn't really want so much of that. I wanted more. I guess I wanted more of like San Andreas shit,
like
if that makes sense. But
prime elements of 5 weren't really that cool, and I'm hoping we get like cool crime stuff in this game.
And there's been another release between now and then. There's been Red Dead Redemption 2, and I don't feel like the shooting mechanics and the cover mechanics and stuff were that improved in Red Dead Redemption 2. That's part of the reason why I sold it. It's because the open world was great. It had really detailed open world.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know right now. Like, I don't know if you heard me and Narrow Dark talk about it one time, but we'll fucking stand for that game. Red Dead Redemption 2 is great.
Like, I love the
I
story.
think like it's valid to say like they didn't update the gameplay from like GTA 5 to Red Dead 2. It's not that improved. It's not that more diverse or interesting. It's kind of similar, only a little bit easier or a little bit cleaner in terms of mechanics.
Like I got the game and I played through the whole story. I played all the like main side missions.
Ditch. All I had, ditch.
Like I love.
I have a plan.
Dutch, you always got to play on that famous Dutch charisma.
Have some goddamn faith.
We need money, Arthur.
Sorry, I could keep going.
Going to Cuba and coming back. No, but like it was just like I don't know. Like once I exhausted like the main side quests, I was just like, I don't really know if I feel like hanging around in this because I don't actually enjoy the minute to minute like shooting and riding and all that. Like it had really cool graphics.
Like I can even say like after completing the epilogue with when you're playing as John Marston, spoilers if you haven't played it, but you should have played it already at this point. When you finish the epilogue, we're debatable. When you
I love that.
I bet you do, bud. I bet you do, champ. So when you finish the game, you fucking like just have a sense of like, oh, like I'm done. Like I don't need to play anymore. You know,
yeah,
like,
and they have some bounties to do, but they run out really quick, and then it's like you kind of don't have anything to do, especially if you did a bunch of stuff as Arthur first.
Yeah, yeah. If you don't save stuff for yourself after you've like Arthur's already passed on, and then you're playing as John, like you can pick up where Arthur left off on certain side quests, but there are certain side quests that only are available to Arthur to complete, and then they go away once you're playing as John because there's time passed and all that, what have you.
Yeah.
But there's just not a whole lot to go because that's one of the things that fucking frustrated me the most out of Red Dead Redemption 2 was they had so much potential for fucking DLC quality stuff they could have put out.
Yeah, but
like you gave us the whole fucking map for the first game. You gave us the whole fucking map in the second game.
They did a whole zombie campaign DLC on Red Dead Redemption 1 with the Undead Nightmare.
They didn't give us a sequel, and that was all. And you could have not given us Red Dead Redemption Online. You could have set that bullshit to the side, and you see how they cared about it. They fucking left it in the dirt.
You could have just done the same story from Undead Nightmare, but in the engine for the new game.
Essentially a remake. Yeah,
you play as John in the end, so you can just update.
I'm just saying, dude, like
they
had all of the characters there. They had all of the voice actors. They had all of the character models. They could have just remade the first game and the second game, given everything they had.
And then they could have added more like side quests in the greater map that you get for Red Dead 2.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, it would have just worked out. But that would take effort and would take away all the money they made with GTA 5 Online.
Yeah.
Well, I have a feeling that they used a lot of Grand Theft Auto Online money and funds to put out some of the Red Dead Redemption Online stuff to get it off the ground moving. But
and look, they sold 40 million on Red Dead, so they weren't losing money at all.
No, dude, I'm so sick of this rhetoric that like fanboys try to push that like these companies need our money so bad. If you really had it physically in front of you, it would look like that fucking pile of money that Joker burns in fucking the Dark Knight movie. Like that's the amount of it. Probably is more than that too. It's a physical mountain of money. Like these people make so much fucking money from these.
It's really easy for big companies to just get investors. They can just get money. You know. They don't need to use their own revenue. They can just
all Rockstar has to say is, "Hey, we're working on GTA 7," and they're going to be like, "Okay, like take all of our fucking money."
People are going to give them money, and that's how, you know,
it's like how John said, like on day one, he's not going to be surprised if the numbers just explode. Like
they'll make $1 billion.
I'm not going to be. They're this is easily $1 billion release. If they don't make it in the first day, give it a week. Give it a week.
They're releasing around the holidays too. Like they're going to sell.
If you're a game, for those who don't realize,
Jen, go ahead. Well, for those who don't realize, like GTA 5 sold in the top 10 on monthly charts, at least in the US, for a solid 10 years. Like it never dropped off, which means it was selling tens of thousands years after release, hundreds of thousands per year, like millions per year. Quite frankly, I think it's over 100 million or something. Total sales across all platforms. Like this game will sell forever. It will make shark card money. It will make microtransactions because of their online community. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 is a comparatively much smaller game, but 40 million is still like one of the biggest games of all time.
A lot of fucking money, bro. Like real talk, and especially adjusted for inflation too, with the money that in comparison to like releases like Halo 3 and Call of Duty back in like the early 2000 before the 2010 hit. yeah, I definitely believe you. We're gonna say something, Narrow Dark. I felt like I cut you off, man.
I don't even fucking know. I'm hitting the
No
vape.
worries. No worries, man. Typical stuff. Right on. But yeah, GTA 6, guys, November 19th. Pre-order it if you give a fuck. Save your money if you don't give a fuck. I don't care. Do what you want. You're all individuals. Don't listen to me. We're retarded, okay? That's all I have to say about this. And I think we can go ahead and bring this to a slight close so I need to catch up with chat anyway. Oh shit. My bad, guys.
What?
My bad. I accidentally kicked you guys out of there.
Oh shit.
Let me scroll back up. Sorry about that, guys. I know you guys were just blowing up chat. Appreciate it. Mike C said, "Gotta let my dad know the Catholic boys' high school is woke because of its purple and white color scheme." Hey man, get on it, handle it. Don't let that slide. February said, "What's up, boys?" Yeah, we saw you, February. My bad. He said, "Nah, I'm not playing GTA 6. Hard stance, AA, hard stance." February said, "I thought Narrow Dark was brown." Oh, this is before Narrow Dark hopped in. It was just John on the screen. No, don't worry. Our DEI hire, he showed up. AA said, "I'm gonna play Godzilla." This is another thing that I've been seeing. People have been really hyping up this Godzilla remaster for Destroy All Monsters Melee. Everyone's been saying, like, you've seen the memes probably, John and Narrow Dark. You guys have probably seen it, like where they like say like, oh, like GTA 6 is the big Titan, and then a bigger Titan behind it, and they look behind and it's the Godzilla remaster game. Like that would be cool to see. I feel like a lot of people end up putting their money towards this instead of GTA 6, first of all. But it's probably not going to happen. GTA 6 is going to blow up, like we said, but wishful thinking. I think that Godzilla remaster is still going to do good numbers, though. A lot of fans of that stuff, a lot of Godzilla fans out there.
There's also like a Nintendo game being released at the same time as GTA 6.
The
like, Zelda? Oh, is it Ocarina of Time remake?
Yeah.
How do you say it? Is it Ocarina?
Like, oh, I don't know for sure.
I just say it's Ocarina of Time.
All right. Right on. Mike said, "I never liked the shooting mechanics of Grand Theft Auto. To be fair, I only played bit of 3 in Vice City. Mafia 2 was better."
I was actually going to say, back in the day, GTA did have really shitty mechanics. Like 3 and Vice City did have terrible auto targeting. Like the camera was all clunky, and that was a lot of PS1 and PS2 games,
right?
Where it was like, it was jerking all over the place, or you get stuck on a building and you wouldn't be able to see shit. Like I'm even dealing with that playing Bugs Life now. It's like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, like this is bringing back the memories because they improved it a lot in 4. To be honest with you,
4 was definitely a bigger difference.
And the wanted system used to be super simple. Like basically, if you got above 1 star, you had to go to a pay and spray, or you would never lose the cops. You could, and then in 4, they made it like the circle where you had to escape from without being seen, and then
kind of like Assassin's Creed. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, but honestly,
sorry, go ahead.
What I'm most concerned about as far as like the new GTA is just that like the humor is going to be neutered. I know they got rid of Dan Housen.
I reckon the humor is going to be like The Boys. It's going to be on
fake edgy,
just cringe and trying to be edgy. As long as I get a bow and arrow or a crossbow, I'm all right.
Well, that's
and
what
as long as there's not
man,
protected classes, like you can't kill these people, you can't Molotov these people, but you can Molotov these people.
Yeah, because one of the things that I saw was there's gonna be pride parades in the game, and
in Red Dead Redemption, you couldn't kill Native Americans or something.
We all know. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, if you ride through.
You can't go.
The reservation. You can't pull out your guns. You can't do nothing in the reservation.
I think it's the same for the camps.
In GTA 6.
Mm.
That's going to be in GTA 6.
I'm going right to the strip club. Like I don't know about you guys, but I'm going right to. I saw that.
To light it up?
Did you know?
Oh, okay.
No, I was like,
well, that's where I'm going. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, excuse me.
Did you guys see them like doing the mocap for it?
Oh
yeah,
no!
I did.
There was
like
a chick dancing. See that. I was like, hell yeah, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, I saw it. They did have like the stripper like, or the woman that's mocapping for the strippers, like doing the movements.
Like, we hired Alexandra Daddario for her wonderful acting skills for this sequence.
AA said it's not worth $80 to $100. Well, we don't know because we haven't seen any gameplay, so might be inclined to agree with you, AA. Serge said it will just be like Starfield. It's not going to be worth it. That to be seen.
I don't know, because the last Rockstar game was pretty good, and the game Bethesda released before Starfield was Fallout 76, which was awful.
So, well, but that was by their different studio, I remember, where it was like they were trying to hype up Starfield because they were like, "Oh, this is by the Maryland studio. Like this is the main one, not that ZeniMax crap." And then it was like,
yeah.
But then if you look back at the release of Fallout 76, they were like, everybody had a hand in this, even the Doom id team, and the Doom team was probably like, shut the fuck up. We don't want to be associated. Part of this, bro. You borrowed a pencil from us. What the fuck?
We don't want to be associated.
But what I linked in the private chat is probably my favorite bit of humor from GTA 3, which I guarantee you they would never do today. But it's fucking, oh my god.
AA said, especially being delayed and waited for 13 years for this game, hard pass. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have that stance where they don't even want to touch it because of given the amount that they've stretched the 5th installment. Like honestly, I know people that have been just sick of the fact that they milked online for that long, and that, you know, like there was a buddy of mine that was like one of the guys at the comic shop. He was always like pulling up Twitter saying, "Oh, like Rockstar Games put out another event for the GTA Online on 5." And I was like, "Yeah, dude." I'm like, "You should expect that." He's like, "Nah." He's like, "I want to see them talk about GTA 6." I'm like, "Well, you know they're not gonna fucking do that, bro. Like, you know they're not doing that. Like, come on." Like, but you know, he's a little bit older than me, so
yeah.
I don't want to say boomer, but boomer. Mike C said the only successful gamer boycott was Battlefront 2 with the booty boxes. Even normies were in on it. I got it as a Christmas present, so I didn't buy it. Yeah, but Battlefront 2, the EA Battlefront 2, that came back hard, and a lot of people ended up going back to it, especially now that the modding community got their hands on it and have been going ham on it as of late. What were we gonna say, John? You had something?
Oh, just that at least that, and with like Halo and a couple of others where it's like, you know, these companies pay for these big IP and they just think they're going to be eternally successful. And I think gamers at least have responded where they're like, and part of it's, as far as the Xbox releases go, it's like kind of their own creation because they get people trained to just be on the sub service.
Yeah.
But a lot of them have failed. Like, Call of Duty last year getting outsold by Battlefield. That was like a pipe dream for over a decade, where it was always hyped up to do that. And
but look at Battlefield 6.
And then so I'm happy that like gamers are not just so blindly loyal to a brand name. I think GTA has avoided that by not having a release where they create that hype by creating that starvation.
And I feel like the hype for this game has been like peaks and valleys. Like, it has low points where people are like, "Oh, come the fuck on," and then it has a moment where like another trailer or another teaser drops, millions of views, everybody's talking about it, everyone's making a video on YouTube about it, you know. So, and then they'll go months on end with the dryness, and then everyone's whining and complaining. So, yeah, that's the gaming community for you for sure.
Nintendo is smart about that too. They release like one mainline Mario, Zelda, whatever per generation, maybe 2, but they don't exhaust it. Like Sony, for instance, exhausted Ratchet and Clank. They were like, we're going to release like 4 or 5 every generation. And before long, people were just like, we're done with that.
I wish that Sony would bring back Jak and Dexter. Honestly, I wish they would bring back that. I love Jak and Dexter games. I gravitated more towards those than the Ratchet and Clank series, to be honest with you. I like Spyro's cool, but
Dexter on PSP.
Oh yeah.
I
played that on the classics on my PS5 recently, or not recently, a couple of years ago, but relatively recently, considering when the game released. But no, that's a gem. There's a lot of little PSP games. I'm happy they've been releasing them on the store with like, you know, the rewind and like the trophies and shit, because like I just never got to them because I was never a mobile gamer, and it's they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're pretty good, man. I love that. Jack and Dexter 3, I think, was the one that I was like super stoked on when it dropped. I couldn't put that one down.
Dude, that has the sand buggy mechanics where like you build you unlock like different sand buggies and shit. And it's got really cool physics, like almost like Motor Storm, where you're going through the desert, bouncing off the dunes and shit.
Yeah, it was fucking great, dude. AA said, if this game was released during the pandemic, this game would have made everyone play it. Now it's too late for gamers like myself to be interested in it. They lost a customer. And then he also followed up saying, I do believe it. This game will make their money back. Even I can't argue with that factor. People will buy out of curiosity and loyal Rockstar gamers. Yep. That's the thing, dude. I'm telling you, this game is too big even for people to even mutter words like boycott. Like,
and that's why
even if you're saying
know they don't have
this
to market
game,
it
like,
so constantly. Like they can hold off on marketing because they know people are going to buy it.
People are going to do it for you. YouTubers are doing it for you. So yeah, if that. Surge said GTA 5's base price on Steam is $30, but it is currently 50% off, so it is only $14.99. Right on. I told you that like that game I won't see that game be like a $5 game at like at any point still. Because there's a lot of people like we said, there's I'm not calling people broke because I'm part of this collective, but I don't have a Series X. I don't have a PS5 yet. There's a lot of people that still don't have those consoles. And there's going to be a lot of people that don't get those consoles yet, even though the game's released, and they're probably still going to buy the game for when they do have the console finally. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that was the situation with Breath of the Wild. There were more people that bought the game than had Nintendo Switches because it came out at release.
I was guilty of that too. I bought a copy of Breath of the Wild and I put it on the shelf, and I was like, okay, for when I get a Switch. Didn't get a Switch till 4 months later, and then I finally played it. It's like how you said you got the Baldur's Gate 3 copy sitting on the shelf waiting for you. Like I have multiple games waiting for me. I even bought a fucking copy of what was that game called? Batman, the Legacy of the Dark Knight.
Legacy of the Dark Knight.
I bought a PS5 copy of that because my friend has a PS5, my brother has a PS5. People that I know around me have PS5s, so if the urge strikes me, I'll just take it over to one of their houses and play it if I so choose. But I don't still know where I'm going as far as like next gen console direction. I just got the game just to have it.
Well, it's okay, Decrepit. They'll come down in price soon, so then you'll have a chance to buy the next. Oh, wait a minute, they just keep getting more expensive.
Oh yeah, we're gonna discuss that here coming up right now. Don't worry. Skipping a few chats, guys, because we do have to catch up with you with the current chats real quick. February said, I missed physical media. Now everything has a default $30 monthly subscription. Yeah, man, I feel that. And the Surge touch base, he said, as a Gen Z, I am into physical media. Well, right on, Surge. I appreciate that, man. I'm not speaking for any of you guys. Like I said, I'm not Gen Z. I'm a millennial. I'm not trying to speak for you guys. It's just
as a Gen Z, I will say it depends when it comes
your
to
representation, sire.
It depends.
Well, I take the same attitude with this as whenever people say like, "Oh, the new generation, they don't have the attention span." I'm always like, "Well, it's because." Companies would like them to not have the attention span because they'd like to sell shorter shit for the same price.
Yeah, I don't believe that, man. I believe that there's a lot of Gen Z that still have a good attention span.
And just like with this, they're like, oh, well, they're not going to buy physical games as much. It's like, well, if you create the FOMO and have all the release things be digital copies short, but whenever you release a game physically at the same time, it's still about a 50-50 split on Nintendo and Sony.
And the thing was, like, I'm pretty sure it used to be like if you get the digital version, it was like more expensive.
They don't come down in prices. That's even true to this day. Actually, if you go on Amazon and look for a game, and then you go on like PlayStation Store or whatever and look, unless there's some special sale going on, it will probably be cheaper on Amazon to get the disc.
Yeah, like it used to be, you'd be incentivized to get a physical copy because it was cheaper. Because like just the nature of digital, it's like, oh, you want the convenience? Well, we're going to charge you a little extra.
Well, and they control it. I mean, it's a completely controlled market.
Yeah, like on Steam, you know, like Bethesda games, they're still like $60, even though they came out like 20 years ago.
Yeah, yeah, it's unfortunate. Like the Star Wars games, like the old school LucasArts Star Wars games on the PlayStation Store are like $40-$50, like on digital download for some of them, not all of them, but some of them.
Yeah, like Bounty Hunter it's on sale for 11 AU, but it's in Australia it's $30. Just the
damn.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Because I know they're classics in the States. I think like for the PS1 games, it's usually like $6 to $10, and then for like the PS2 ones, it's like $10 to $20 or something.
But I will say, I did buy some PS3 games, physical copies, and altogether it cost me like $150.
Were any of them Metal Gear?
Which Metal Gear?
Metal Gear.
I'm only asking that because I found some PS3 copies at a yard sale recently. I found some Dark Horse Star Wars comics, and then I found some PS3. I found a PS3 copy of Metal Gear Solid 4, and then the accompanying Blu-ray that came with it as well. So I thought that was pretty neat. And then I found. Go ahead.
You talk about like data and like people talking about like installing or downloading or whatever. There's actually a joke in Metal Gear Solid 4 where Otacon gets to a certain point on Shadow Moses where you had to switch the disc in the original, and he's like, Snake, it's time to switch the disc. And he's like, I know it's annoying, but then he's like, oh, never mind, it's Blu-ray, 50 gigabytes, dual layer too. Never mind, Snake, you're good. And he's just like, Otacon, get a grip.
I have to replay MGS4, dude. I have to play part 4 again. It was my least favorite one, though.
I don't think I've played much Metal. I remember playing all of Phantom Pain, and the one where you have the sword.
Rising Revengeance.
Metal Gear Rising.
I had that on
that
PS3.
was cool. I like playing as Raiden. That was fun. It was fun.
I got a copy of Deadpool because we talked about it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
and it cost me $90.
Dude, you actually dropped it on that? Fuck
yeah. But I also got God of War 3 and Ascension. So you mentioned that
nice.
right before. And I also got
John did.
Force Unleashed because
Force Unleashed. Fuck
need
yeah.
to get
Keely's favorite game.
Playable fucking version
Captain
of that game.
Keely's favorite game. I'm never letting it go, Keely, by the way. If you're ever listening, I'm not letting it go. Play the Force Unleashed, you fucking bastard. All right. Mike C said, I wonder if they'll do a parody of the Island Boys in the game. Who cares about that, dude? No disrespect, Mike C. I know you're just joking. You're just joking. Double A said, speaking of Xbox, they're raising their prices again. It gets hella worse. I'm so glad you said that, Double A, because that's a perfect segue into our next little thing that I wanted to bring up, which was there was an Xbox Series X hike up in the price. And John, did you see this at all? Or?
Yeah, I believe it's effective August 1st. Where they are going up $100 on every model, I think.
Yeah. So what was it?
It
jumped up to $650 American, and now it's going to be $750, which is crazy. And they're discontinuing the 2 terabyte model.
That is like the same price as the Switch 2
in Australia. What's the Switch 2 price here in the States?
Yeah, it's probably less than this. Maybe. I don't know.
Anyway, Variety put out an article for this, and it says Xbox hikes X and S consoles price by more than $100, discontinues 2 terabyte model. It says Xbox is hiking the prices of its X and S gaming consoles by more than $100 across models. The Microsoft-owned company announced Thursday. This marks the second time Xbox has raised the prices of its consoles in less than a year. The increase comes as the company is undergoing a significant round of layoffs under new CEO Asha Sharma, who took over for longtime chief Phil Spencer early this year. I did hear about her taking over, and there were some people that were trying to glaze her and say like, "Oh, like she's actually going to make good decisions." Dude. But you know, when we're seeing stuff like this, and like John, what do you got to say about it, John?
It's the most like weird hype train that built for this lady, where like she changed the name from capital X lowercase box to all capitals. And people on Twitter were like, "Oh my God, she brought it back! It's based Xbox.
It's based." Phil Spencer is like the main reason Xbox has declined so much.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, it's kind of like the Dave Filoni thing, where it's like, oh, we're getting a new guy in here. We're like, oh, this means that this is going to be good. Everything's going to be good now." It's like, no.
And like she lowered Game Pass prices, and that's good. But she also took away some day one releases like Call of Duty and shit. And so it was like, oh, you're getting less and you're paying less. All right, that's fair. But like it's not some incredible thing that she did. And
also, like, what's the incentive to get a new get an Xbox if you haven't gotten one already? Like, if you don't,
I know. And like I was saying, like, you know, like I'm the poor crowd. I haven't even fucking delved into next gen, and these consoles are gonna be like on their way out of their life cycle in like the next 2-3 years.
Well, yeah, for people who don't realize, like, so like it was basically even in 7th gen, PS3 and 360. They were both sold about like, I think it was like 87 to 85.
They're both great consoles as well.
Yeah, and Xbox got a big head start because PS3 was crazy expensive when it first came out. It was a year later. It was a lot of shit, and then like PS4,
$450 for that, right?
PS3, it was 600 at launch.
Oh, fuck me. Never mind.
Yeah, because that was the famous meme was they came out at E3 and they were like $599. And but anyways, yeah, so then like PS4, Xbox had a bunch of the crazy launch shenanigans where they messed it up. And so they ended up losing a big part of it. You know, it was like PS4 versus Xbox One. It's about 2-1, a little bit over. Well, just about 2-1.
PS4
actually
had like all the exclusives.
Yeah. And it was, you know, price parity. It was actually less expensive at launch because Xbox tried to include the camera whenever it first came out. And then they eventually got rid of that to get price parity. But it was kind of too late at that point. And then, yeah, they tried to get rid of the used games. So that got them a lot of bad press and everything.
Dude, every time like the Xbox Connect, when they tried to make that a thing and they tried to make the Connect happen, I remember playing that, like a demo of it inside of like a GameStop store, and I played like only like 5 to 10 minutes of it, and because it was a demo thing, and I just remember going like, oh well, I'm not ever playing that again. Like I just there was nobody.
And the same thing with
really...
the PlayStation Move and shit, where they tried to copy the Wii. I was like, you know, I don't need this. Like, I got enough games to play. I don't need some stupid motion control crap.
And I've said it before to Narrow Dark on stream before, dude. Like the Nintendo Wii was like the motion capture or the motion play console to beat, and no one still has like surpassed it. You plug up an old Wii to this day, like what you could play a Wii back in like 2007, and you can still plug one in, and it still feels as snappy and as like responsive as it did on release. And that's the same technology that we have in Switch consoles is the Wii technology, just moved into a smaller controllers with the fucking Joy-Con controller modules.
I did always hate this sort of delay on the Wii because I played Skyward Sword on release where and you know they were showing it like the, you know, oh, swing your sword, it's 1-to-1, and I'm like, no, there's kind of like you got to do slow motion a little bit. It's like and because I would play it and I would try to swing it, Link would be like,
yeah.
And I'd be like, okay, hang on, I gotta slow down for you, Link. I gotta raise this shit up and swing.
Red Steel, the motion
Red Steel,
shit.
Like that was good. That was really good. It felt really good.
Well, and what's funny, bro, people don't remember it, but there was an iToy on PlayStation 2 where like you could play Fruit Ninja and shit.
I remember that. I remember getting like a pillow when the ninjas would like jump out, and I would just like move the pillow around so I could just get them all easily.
It was sort of like a proto Connect, though, was the funny thing. And Sony always half-asses this shit. Like, if anybody remembers, they had this thing called Wonder Book that they tried on PlayStation 3, where like you opened a book and it was supposed to be caught on a camera, and then you like waved a wand around for motion control. They like showed a demo,
like come to life or whatever.
Yeah, you were supposed to like summon shit out of the book and everything.
Oh no, I had no idea about that.
And Switch is obviously wildly successful, but just to let people know, like it's gotten even worse as far as like Xbox as a platform. Like they're now about a third of the PS5. They're at like 34 million. PS5 is at like 92. And as far as like month to month, because they actually got a pretty good boost at the start of the gen just because of COVID. Like PlayStation 5s were in shortage, so a lot of people bought Xboxes.
The surge for Switch during the fucking COVID era was nuts
too.
Oh yeah.
And but like just to kind of give context, like I just brought up like month, and these are VG charts numbers, so they're probably a little bit off, but they usually get their data updated after a few months to be more accurate. Like last like this most recent month, or the most recent month that they have updated, it's like legit over 4-1, and then it's like Xbox is selling like under 100,000 per month right now, for the like globally, for their console.
Yeah.
And like the install base isn't huge, so that's why you see like third party deals and shit, is because like it's pretty easy to be like, well, we're where 3/4 of the players are, just release on our console, we'll give you a little bit of money, and we're just gonna like keep going. And that's why you also don't see the Game Pass subscriptions increasing, because they've basically tapped their whole console install base. They've got 30 something million subscriptions. They have 30 something million consoles out. It's like,
yeah, dude, the
pretty
whole
much
like
everybody.
the Game Pass and everything like fluctuating with the price increases. I remember that happening. It was, I can't remember if it was the beginning of this year or last year. I'm a little bit out of touch with Game Pass. I don't have Game Pass. I've been doing everything old school still, with just having my horde of disc copies on my shelf, but I know that was a big deal, and I don't know if this new CEO was prior to that decision or if it was under her reign, but yeah, Xbox is in this weird place, because like Serge just said right now in the chat, I'll never understand Xbox's decision to put their games on PlayStation, and that's a mindfuck moment for me, because we're seeing first of all, they're remastering Halo Combat Evolved again, because not everybody remembers, but the people that do remember, there on the Xbox 360, there was a remaster of the first game that they already did.
And they're joining Last of Us in the double remake department.
Double remake department, exactly. So now we're getting an entire rebuild, and then it was somebody sent it to me the other day, because I totally checked out of the news for that, because I don't give a fuck. There's a third person mode now for the Halo campaign Evolved. Like you can,
for the Sony ponies who don't like to play first
person, but there's no fucking duck and cover mechanics behind, like cover mechanics with shooting and that stuff like that, guys. So if you guys are PlayStation bros and you want to get your hands on Halo, don't think that you're going to be getting that experience, because that's not the kind of game that Halo is. It's not Uncharted, but yeah. Scrolling on, just wrap this little point up right here. It says, effective August 1st, 2026, we will be updating prices worldwide. The price of Xbox consoles will increase by US $100 for the 512 gigabyte models, and the US $150 for the 1 terabyte models. We will also be sunsetting our 2 terabyte model. Now, is the 2 terabyte model the one with the disk drive?
I believe, yeah, that would be the Series X for sure.
Yeah, the Series X 2 terabyte model
with the disk drive.
The 1 terabyte model, I want to say, is their digital one, right? Because isn't there a digital Series X, or is that the Series S that's all digital?
The Series S does not have a disk drive, correct? It's the cheapo model.
But there is not a digital version for the X.
I forget if they have an all I honestly don't know that.
I don't know that. I just know that the PS5 has a digital version and a disk drive version. So I assume the Xbox also followed suit in that. But if I'm mistaken, then that's
so there's a difference. The Series S actually is it's not as powerful hardware. On the PlayStation, it's the same hardware inside, other than the disk drive. Like it runs the games at the same resolution, the same frame rate, everything like that. The difference with the Xbox is that the Series S is less powerful. It will run things at less resolution and stuff than the Series X.
I'm familiar with like the specs and stuff being that much different, but honestly, the Series S never seemed like a console that was worth even like paying any attention to or sinking any money into, honestly, in my situation at least. So that's what I can say personally. They followed it up saying that it says that will put the price of the Series S at $499.99 for the 512 gigabyte and $599.99 for the 1 terabyte. The Xbox Series X console will now cost $749.99 for the 1 terabyte digital model, and $799.99 for the 1 terabyte disk drive version. Wow. So they are launching a digital model here for $750.
Yeah, man. I
Wow. Well,
remember
how
back
fucking
when
crazy is that?
I remember back whenever consoles would just get less expensive the longer they were out. Like PS2 was $99 at the end of its lifespan. Um, whenever it was like 5-6 years old, like these consoles are now.
And it's funny you say that, dude, because now I feel like the retro market has kind of seen an increase in
Mhm.
price too, because now everywhere, like I don't know about you, but in my area, at least on the West Coast, I have like 3 or 4 locations that I can go and buy like retro cartridges and discs and consoles and what have you. I can't find a PlayStation 2 for cheaper than $130. Like,
Yeah, no, I bought it. I bought mine on eBay. It was like, refurbished and everything to look like new
yeah.
with a brand new controller and everything. And I think it was like 130 or 150 or something. So,
Yeah, man. I spent 125 on a GameCube 2 years ago, and that was only for one controller and the power cord. I had to go
hmm,
and search for the HDMI conversion to the AV input, because that's how I game now. I just buy a converter to like put all the old
oh,
consoles on a new TV.
yeah, because they're supposed to,
Yeah.
they old
Yeah.
connections.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I do that now with my GameCube, my PlayStation 2, and my Sega Saturn console that I also have as well. That's a
Well,
bit
and
on the rare
if you
side.
ever want, I will say a lot of people don't realize this. This is sort of a PSA, but like PS3, they got rid of the PS2 backwards compatibility pretty early on.
Yes,
They
yes.
cut out $100. But I have a 2009, 2010 Slim model. It still runs great. It's probably their best model because the second Slim model sucked. It was really cheap, had like a manual disk drive and shit, but it plays PS1 games still. That's what I
Ooh,
play all my PS1 shit on is my PS3. So at least you can
yeah,
avoid having one more console, and it's a little bit more modern because it has an HDMI cord. You can put a PS1 disc in there and play it off of
yeah.
there.
So right here, yeah, so right here, dude, like this announcement right here just tells me they're following suit for the future and they're
Yeah.
getting ready, because now we're going to have an all digital Xbox Series X for $750. That's not even the disc drive. You pay another $50, dude. That's,
Mm.
man, dude. Like they really want you to fucking fork it over for disc copies now. And
Well, it's so they're at, like last April, I think it was, the last month that we have the full sales data for, it was at like 100K. And normally in the summer we see sales dip for everything because it's just like the pre-holiday, I don't know,
yeah.
people are outside more and shit. Um but I would, with this price increase, I can only assume that they just don't give a shit about their sales for the current gen. They're just like, we are either going to do the Project Helix thing and we're just going to be like kind of a custom PC. We're going to play your old Xbox games on it. Totally cool. And we're going to compete with Steam. Seems to be kind of like their path where they're like,
And then
we're the other
that
PC person.
yeah,
And
that Valve, they're jealous of that Valve price, that
and yeah,
$1,000 price tag.
and Valve, kind of reasonably, even though it's a ridiculous price, they're like, well, we're opening up ours to different storefronts. So unlike these console makers, we're not going to make a cut of every game that's sold. We allow you to buy it anywhere.
So you can
So
buy Steam, Epic Games, and what have you. Probably. So I'm assuming.
yeah,
I,
and
I'm
that's
not. I'm
apparently
not
what the
familiar
next
with the other
Xbox is
ones.
going to be, where they're going to open up different storefronts and they're going to be like, hey, you can run Steam on our shit. And this is basically all just rumors now, but
Yeah.
thus far, anything that they have released is
Yeah,
lined
dude.
up with these.
Well,
Um,
we're definitely heading towards the times of consoles and exclusive games being obsolete in the future. So I
yeah.
yeah, like I said, going back to the Halo on Xbox thing, now we're gonna get Gears of War on PlayStation, or we're gonna get Gears of War on PlayStation as well. We're gonna be
Mm,
getting what's other franchises? Halo was already just a nuts one, but you've seen what
Fable,
Microsoft,
I believe, is releasing on
Fable,
PS5.
yeah, that was a Xbox exclusive. And you know what? I'm not really, because I bowed out and I don't care about Halo anymore as a franchise, because I tried to give Halo Infinite a chance, and that just that reminded me, like, you got to remember, these people aren't Bungie. It's 343, now known as Halo Studios, quote unquote Halo Studios, but those people don't know what they're doing with the franchise. Bungie intended for that franchise to be over after Reach and ODST and Reach. That was the ending for that that era of gaming from that company. And so I just, it's a shame, because Halo 4, Halo 5, what wrecks and what travesties those were.
Dude, trust me. I mean, like Naughty Dog. You're talking about Naughty Dog. I was back on them on Crash 3. I got that with my PS1 way back on Christmas 99, I think it was. And then all the Jack Daxters, all the Uncharted's.
Uncharted is a great franchise, by the way.
Last of Us 1. And then, they do Last of Us 2, and it's like, what the fuck is this? And then it's like, and then they're going to do this intergalactic thing. I'm just like, oh my gosh, Naughty Dog, what are you doing, man?
You don't like Last of Us 2, you bigot.
Yeah, I don't like to be depressed for 30 hours straight. And like,
that game was just a fun. I didn't play it personally, dude. I was dating somebody that was a fan of that game, and they played it, and watching them play, I was just like, like, you like this? And they were like, yeah, it's great, like that. And then Joel dies, and then they had a horrible time just playing it after that, because that was just a real kicker and real like slap to the face of the fans of that franchise, was killing off Joel by some nobody character. But I don't want to get into it, but you guys all know.
Oh yeah, you
guys all know.
I did stream it, and it was like the first few minutes where you get a nice scene. It's like just post Last of Us 1, and he plays a song for, and you get to kind of reconnect, because it had been 7 years between releases, and I was like,
yeah,
oh, I'm right back into it. And then like 30 minutes later, I'm just like, what the fuck? And then they do little flashbacks throughout the game, and it's like, oh, this is really good. Oh, it was a flashback. All right. This is like, we're teasing you with what could have been.
Oh yeah, of course, dude. But yeah, dude, they, like how they're saying right here too, to wrap this article up, they're discontinuing the 2 tera model with the disk drive. I hypothesize that in the future, that version of this console is now going to be like the most sought after version, because 2 terabytes, taking that away from us that's a slap in the face, honestly. And they want to charge more with giving us less, typical gaming industry practices now. So I wouldn't be surprised if this game, or if this console now is going to be flipped on eBay and like Facebook Marketplace for like $800 or whatever. And like, I wouldn't be surprised if people pay it.
So I know Xbox, for a while, they sold, it was basically like a big memory card you would plug into the back of your console. They did 1 terabyte, and then I think 2 terabyte versions.
Oh, just an external hard drive?
Even more integrated. I think you could play directly off of it, where like it would literally plug into the back of your console. It was like a big, like USB, essentially. It was like another solid state. Because I installed it internally on my PlayStation 5, a 4 terabyte Samsung thing, because they were a little bit more open, where you could just pop off the cover and you could screw in like these solid state drives that were however big you wanted. I thought 4 terabytes was fine at the time. Now I've filled up 3 of it. But and then, because the internal storage is shit on PlayStation 5, it is. It's like I forget, like 600 something gigabytes after you take out the OS and everything. But anyways, yeah. So just a pro tip for anybody who is buying one of these consoles: like, look into upgrading your internal storage just manually. You'll find a sale. I got a sale on that Samsung drive where I was just like, oh, absolutely. Like, I want to be able to store a shit ton on there.
And going back to when you discussed like the best version of the PS3 that you experienced, the PlayStation 4 has been like one of my favorite consoles that I've ever played. Prior, obviously, to Xbox 360 and PS2 and what have you. But the PlayStation 4 Slim is the one that I have, and I have 2 terabyte. I have a 2 terabyte external hard drive, and that's been my favorite setup to play like the past like 10 years. And it's been nothing but and I still have room for more games. I was just telling Dark how I didn't download. I have the entire catalog of all of the Assassin's Creed games bought on the Sony store on PlayStation 4, and I finally downloaded all of them recently, and I've been playing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood again, and I actually unhealthily playing that game because I fucking love Assassin's Creed, especially the first like 4 games. They're fucking amazing games. But I think the PlayStation 4 Slim model with an external hard drive attached to it, that's a very pleasant experience for sure.
Well, I'm happy I installed it, because even though it was a pain in the ass, because now I have all like, there's a bunch of classics on the PS, like PS1 and 2 classics that are on the PS3 store that are not available on the modern store. And I installed them all because they take up pretty small space. They're like kilobytes, like Castlevania Symphony of the Night and shit. And I upgraded my hard drive on my PS3 to a 500 gig at some point.
Nice.
Like way back. But you had to reformat it to like a FAT32 format, which like isn't even a format that's used today. But like you had to go on your computer and like download the OS onto a USB, and then put the hard drive in your PS3, put the USB in there, and get like the OS off of there. Like it was a fucking process back then. They were so non-consumer friendly with the PS3, but I managed to finally get it to work, and I was like, good, now I can just install whatever the fuck I want.
I had similar issues when I purchased what brand was it? I think it was Seagate. Seagate put out external hard drives for the Xbox and the PlayStation, and I always had an issue with the Xbox version that they put out. For some reason, I always had to plug it into a computer and format it, bro. And then like they wanted updates on it, and it was such a fucking hassle. But you can never update it on the console. You had to plug it into a computer to update it.
Yeah,
so fucking annoying.
I was always worried I was gonna like break something horribly and just delete all my saves or something. I was like, please don't let this destroy everything.
Oh yeah, I've had to restart plenty of games with I damaged the external hard drive for my PlayStation 4 one time, and I had to rebuy one and restart like 5 or 6 different games. Real quick, guys, catching up in the chat. Don't want to leave you guys hanging. Mike C said Don Matrix and Phil Spencer have done too much damage for her to fix.
Yeah, Don Matrix is the one who he was the Xbox CEO before Phil, and he said famously they were like, because they were requiring the internet check-in every 24 hours for Xbox One whenever it first came out, before they reversed that. And he was like, well, if you can't connect to the internet, we have a product for you. It's Xbox 360. Basically, like, don't buy our new shit.
Yeah,
that was his famous like nail in the coffin.
Dude. Yeah.
It's like, oh, don't say that.
Serge said the Switch 2 is currently priced at $450 on the Nintendo website.
Nintendo does good certified refurbished. I actually got my Wii U for $200 like a year after that console released on Nintendo's website.
Wii.
It was like brand new looking, and it was awesome. It was the higher storage model. It was like $200, whereas they were releasing it still for $300 at that point new. I was like, shit, awesome.
Why not? Mike C said Kinect was the beginning of what killed Xbox, and then Soul said, yes, the Xbox Kinect. That was a wild time.
Now the Kinect is mostly used for ghost hunting. Have you seen that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it scans,
infrared cam.
It scans the room, and then like they have the thing where, oh look, it's picking up a person there. It's detecting a person. It's a spirit. They used it in one of the
fucking
Paranormal Activity.
Zach Baggins, the fucking ghost hunter dude.
they had it in a Paranormal Activity movie where it's like they had the Xbox Kinect in the living room, and then the boyfriend was like, "Oh, look at this!" and there's like all these green dots, and then they used it to hunt the ghost. It's like, and I've seen it in like Ghost Hunters or Ghost Adventures. Ghost Adventures. Zach Baggins.
Yeah,
like that's what it's used for now. Ghost hunting.
They're like, look, the ghost is playing Fruit Ninja.
Well, not to be that guy in the room, but I don't really believe in that kind of stuff. So right on though. Soul Assassin said only way to play Star Wars Kinect was to be drunk. I can see that.
I'm Han Solo.
That's what that one is. Yeah, I remember that. Jesus almighty. Scrolling down, Soul said PS2 had the best collection of games. I think PlayStation 2 is one of like the largest gaming libraries in existence, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
especially for the time it released, before you had digital releases, like it was crazy the amount of games that released on that. I think it's like 4,000 something. I'm gonna say.
How many games? 4,000 unique titles. 4,218 unique titles. Global library.
I think it's I want to say it's like Azaha is the emulator. Nope, that's for that's the 3DS one. Hold on.
And there are
it's
more.
a PC SX2, I think, is the emulator for PS2.
I was sitting here searching. I was like, "Oh, how many does the GameCube have?" And it says 651 titles. I was like,
"Well,
okay,
the thing is,
mind.
like, there are more on modern consoles, but that's because of digital releases now."
Yeah.
And so, like, back whenever everything was physical, to have 4,000 was insane. And I remember back whenever PS4 came out, FIFA 13, I think, was the last game that released on PS2, and it released on 3 separate gens because it was whenever they released it, it was like, we're going to do another PS2 version. This is in 2013 or 2014. And then we're like, we're going to do PS3 and we're going to do PS4 as well. Because God of War 2 actually released after the PS3 came out, but
it did. Yeah.
And PS2 outsold PS3 for a few months whenever it came out because PS3 was so fucking expensive, and everybody loved the PS2 still. They were like, "Fuck it, we're
God of War." That was like
this.
That was the first PS2 game I ever played.
Stop making me feel old. I don't even know what I've referenced a shit ton of old stuff.
And then Mike C said, "I'm a Halo Bungie purist." Yeah. Yep. As am I.
It's nice to have cutoff points. Like Star Wars, you're like, oh, once Disney bought it, I can just stop. You know, I'll consume everything before then.
And then like it's like book, you lazy fucks.
It's like post Bungie. I'll just play pre Bungie. You know.
February said, "Last of Us 2 radicalized my home in high school. Now he's a groper." Last I spoke to him, my homie in high school. Now he's a groper.
Crazy.
Imagine Last of Us 2 being like the catalyst of what turned you into being
Nick Fuentes played Last of Us 2 and was just like, you know what, Ellie? I think you might be.
I saw a clip of him. I saw a clip of him playing like this cupcake game where it's like you have like a picture of a cupcake and you have to make the cupcake on a conveyor belt. It's like different topping and shit. Like that's the only clip of him I've seen playing games, and it's just like this fucking random like flash game.
I just want to see Matt Walsh play like fucking Retro City Rampage or some like super like crazy like anime game.
I can't wait for Matt Walsh and like Ben Shapiro to what they're gonna say when GTA 6 comes out.
This game is detrimental to the youth. It shouldn't be released. We need
Elon Musk. Do you remember Elon Musk being like, "I couldn't get into it because I couldn't get into Grand Theft Auto because you kill police officers."
Kill police officers. Shut up.
I just want to see him play a like Doki Doki Literature Club or like Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. Like Matt Walsh just be like, these volleyball mechanics. So I'm not paying attention to the boobs. It's totally.
I'll tell you right now, if he played Doki Doki, as soon as that twist comes in, he'd be like locked into that. He's like, whoa, that'll get him. That would get anyone.
2 words, Matt. Jiggle physics.
He's like trying to examine it seriously, and it's just like a total like Goonerfest game.
But Doki Doki, he's like, oh, this is just some anime visual novel. And he's not into it. But then that twist comes, and then like the whole game changes. And like, I think that would get anyone.
Soul said, "Last of Us 2 was so bad that stores refused to take returns."
Dude, I sold the Steelbook like as soon as I platinumed it. I went to sell the Steelbook on eBay. I only got like $40 for it. I was like,
never returned a video game in my life.
I played Last of Us 2 and all I got was $40.
Like I got a Cyberpunk on release on the PS4.
Oh yeah,
obviously it didn't work and it was terrible. I didn't return it. I just like out of shame, I was like, I'm just gonna keep it and not think about it ever again. Yeah, but I did get Starfield returned. I got a refund for that.
You reach the pronouns part and you're just like, done.
I played like 30 minutes of it and I'm like, this game is awful and I need a refund, right? And well, like that pronouns thing, it's really reasonable because he did that rant after playing it for like 6 hours.
I know, yeah.
I was done after 30 minutes, and I was like, I want my
He gave it a fair shot for sure.
Yeah, I don't like the people that try to dismiss it. That was a very valid
Now
point.
that I know the context of the rant, I'm like, of course.
Yeah.
Mike C said, got a 360 and PS2 for $20 at my church rummage sale a couple of years ago. Benefit helping my grandma set up the event. Cool. Awesome. You got both. You got both of them for $20 or $20 each, Mike.
Either way, that's good.
Either way, yeah, that's
good.
Dude,
I had a PS2. My dad gave me one, and I had it it's not OLED, but back in the old TVs that had the massive backs. I had like a really small one, and I put it on my bedside table, and I would play it.
Very cool.
But I don't know where the fuck those went.
You got to dig for it, man. You got to look for it.
They're gone.
Mike C said,
sold for fucking meth money, probably.
Jesus Christ.
I did have
that just opened like so many questions, but I'm not going to ask.
Well, not for me. Not for me. Wasn't for me.
I'm like, denounce yourself real quick that you're not a tweaker.
Definitely for someone else in my family.
Right on.
Do you guys, since you were talking about physical media, do you guys have any VHS tapes?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Dude,
I had photos of my collection, bro.
I used to have so many Mighty Morphin Power Ranger VHS tapes. I loved that shit, and I miss it.
I think I have a Power Rangers tape somewhere, but yeah, I'll like I said, I'll have to send you photos like in our private group chat because I have a unhealthy amount of VHS tapes in my collection still. Mike C said my only game that has the European PEGI rating is the visual novel Song of Memories on PS4. I don't know anything about
none of those words are in the Bible, Mike.
At all, or the Webster's Dictionary. Mike C said, if you don't believe in ghosts, you'll change your view when you visit Gettysburg. I'm good. Then Double A said, I gotta go. I'll catch the rest on the replay later, y'all. All right, Double A, good to see you, man. Appreciate you. And then Serge said, I still own Starfield. I have around 300 mods installed to make it less like Starfield. Nice, dude. Nice.
I did think about buying it again and then modding it, but I was like, it's not even worth it. Like if it was on a really big
there's a lot of games that are out there that people have modded that saved it for them. Oh, John's got show and tell. Sorry.
So there it is. Baldur's Gate 3. This came out about 6 months after release, and I was like, I'm not going to buy it if it's digital only. And then, you hold out, and they're like, oh, all right, we'll do a physical release.
Hold it up. Let me see it again real quick.
Yeah.
So have you played?
And and they
How
got
cool is that?
Mac box art, and then they have like a whole map and shit in here because it
is that for PC?
No, it's for a PS5.
Oh,
so yeah, all the shit's on there, and like they do the whole map, the whole like
be careful, don't rip
world
nothing.
and shit. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, because I got it on PC, but it's like over 100 gigs. It's 144 gigabytes. So
yeah, they have an install disc and then a play disc. That's how they normally do it on consoles. Is like you install 100 gigabytes on one disc and then you play off the remaining like 50 gigabytes or whatever.
I doubt anyone's gonna remember unless they had the copy themselves. But Knights of the Old Republic on PC had like 5 or 6 discs.
People said that's what GTA 5 was. They were like, it was like 6 or 7 discs or something when they got it.
How many
7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
No, he got me last time with that. I had to get you. Sorry.
But which Knights of the Old Republic game are you talking about?
Part
just
2.
Knights of the Old. Okay, because there is also Star Wars: The Old Republic.
No, not the MMO. That? Not the MMO. I haven't played.
That game sucks.
I played.
That game actually sucks.
Well, okay. Hold your horses, because there's a lot of people that hold that in high regard still, because there is remnants of old LucasArts.
Yeah, there are also people who think Halo ODST is a good game.
Nah, all right. You need to relax, bro. You need to relax, honestly.
But
no, you said no. I let that shit slide the last time you said it, and I'm letting you know right now, ODST slander is not.
Came with a soundtrack too on CD. Look at that guy. This is a compact disc for you Gen Zers.
That's the thing I like about physical copies is because it comes with a bunch of other cool stuff. Like back when like games used to come with maps and posters, like that was always cool.
I got my Assassin's Creed Black Flag map still pinned to the wall as
like is GTA 6 going to be released, like the physical copy? Is it at least going to have a map?
Yeah, that's a good question, because the Grand Theft Auto 5 copy and the Grand Theft Auto 4 copy I have on the shelf, they have maps included.
I think that they are literally just going to put a shit inside of the box and see if people still buy the physical copy. I think they're legitimately experimenting, being like, how much?
There is no reason to purchase the in quotes physical copy.
Yeah,
if you can, it's just get it digitally.
Yeah, because like even games that like don't have the whole thing on there, like Elder Scrolls 4, I got that recently on disc. I still had to download off of the internet, and I knew that when I bought it. I was like, you know what? It's not completely independent. Okay, fine. There is no option to have it fully independent, so I'm just going to take what I can get. But I can still resell that. So that's still an added benefit, where it's like, okay, I can sell it to the next person who will insert it in, and they will download
the Oblivion remaster.
Yes,
can't do it now though.
Yeah, and I remember like Red Dead 2 had 2 discs.
Oh right, no, and having 2 discs is separate from that. There's there's some discs that you insert and they download a bunch of shit off the internet. There's other discs that you insert and they install off the disc.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And so, yeah, that's all I'm distinguishing. Like Doom the Dark Ages, it only has like 35 megabytes on the disc. And then the rest is just, it's pulling it from the internet. But you can still resell it because the disc is still a pass to access the rest of that, even on a resale. Whereas other, yeah.
I hate the word pass in regards to video games and stuff.
Other games, it's like you could sell it, have your console completely unplugged from the internet, and be like, I'm just going to insert this, install it, it's good. I don't need any internet.
And then real quick in the chat, multiple Assassin said massive TVs, the poor man weightlifting device. Y'all remember moving that TV from room to room back in the day? Of course I do, mate. Of course.
Oh, the old CRTs with the big box. Of course. Oh,
I finally had to throw out my grandmother's that she was holding on to for years. We finally threw it away this February, like this year, because she was holding on to that thing for like 20 plus years. Wouldn't let it go.
I remember Last of Us, for whatever reason. I remember that with the outside of all the houses, whenever they had like all the abandoned houses, when you're going through these post-apocalyptic areas, they had a bunch of CRT TVs because it was like 2013 whenever everybody was getting rid of those. And it was just a funny little like time capsule in that game. It's like, oh yeah, people used to trash those all the time.
February said John repping the Alpha Make gloves.
Those are not Alpha Male gloves. These are copper compression because I'm an old man gamer who gets tendonitis.
Arthritis.
It's literally just like to avoid it's cubital tunnel, which is the little nerve that's right in your elbow.
Still the Alpha Male on the panel when Neurodark's not around. Soul Assassin said SWTOR was good till Vitiate died, then it's over. Yeah, like I was saying, there's still good remnants of the MMO for SWTOR. There's still old LucasArts like things, and when you start playing it, it's when you get to a certain point that like, okay, now we're into like Disney era. They started throwing stuff in there, High Republic things like here and there. So yeah, there's moments. Shut up. There is points where that you can just like cut off and stop playing the game entirely. So I apologize, Neurodark. I didn't mean to say shut up. Mike C said, only deluxe edition game I have is Root Letter Last Answer. It comes with the concept art book, and this version of the game has new endings and can be played in live action. I have no idea what that is.
There's some really cool physical editions. I have one of only 2,000 copies of Retro City Rampage DX, which it has gotten valuable now. Dude, Retro City Rampage is a hilarious game. If you're a fan of like, I don't know, just gaming history and shit, it has so many funny references in it. And then it's like a blend of that and just a bunch of movie references like Back to the Future and shit. And it's like a GTA, like the old style, like the top down GTA from like 1 and 2.
How much did you like Saints Row?
Oh, I played Saints Row 2. I really liked. I played that a little bit later. And then like 3 and 4, I felt like it leaned too much into the shtick where it was like, oh, you're slapping people with dildos.
I feel like 3 was the like done point. Like that was a good.
Yeah.
It started to get a little out there, but it didn't like take
It was
away.
still like more silly than the first two, but I think it was still good. And I remember playing it for the first time, and I was like,
dude,
God, why is this all in slow motion? But then I realized, my graphics are just so shit.
Whatever
the frame rate
the one that they tried to make, dude. Whatever new Saints Row game that was made in the last like 3 years or whatever.
Yeah, the reboot.
That I watched like coverage of that game, and I was like, I can't believe they're actually going to put this out.
I have 3 things downloaded that I have to get to, as far as, well, more than that, but 3 big ones that are downloaded that I've never gotten to, as far as like
Red Dawn,
so bad it's good. But no, is a Fail Guard, because these are all things that were on PlayStation Plus, and so I just like downloaded them guilt free. So I was just like, oh, whatever. The Suicide Squad game, and then the Saints Row. They all released those on like PlayStation Plus like a couple months after they came out. That's how you knew they failed. It's like, oh,
I was gonna screenshot it the other day. But the Suicide Squad game was on sale on the Xbox store for $2.49. Like,
that's how you know that shit is bad.
If you didn't need another sign that Rocksteady Games like fucked up majorly, like just go look at what Suicide Squad costs now on the store, because golly, dude.
That released at like 70, and I think I saw it on sale like 60% off, like probably 2 weeks after it released. Like that's how bad it was doing.
That was another game that people were like bringing in to return, and to like trying to get like returns on the PlayStation Store. Like people were very upset with that game. I mean, like, you get what you get, bro. They showed you what it was gonna be, and people thought it was gonna be a little bit different when they finally cracked it open, but. No, dude. Like believe what these people are showing you, because
they'll improve it after launch, bro. They'll add DLC that I'll also have to pay for.
That was such a hill for me to die on, and I stay dying on that hill with all my swords in the back of me, because that was like a major clusterfuck to follow up with that game. And you'll have to stop me. I'll just stop right now, because I could tangent on how I feel about Rocksteady Games, because I'm not a fan of Arkham Knight. And I think that Arkham Knight is a big mistake and a travesty as far as like the last entry for the series of the Arkham games. And it's a real big shame on what they did, and Paul Dini should have been a part of that, the writing for that final game, because what they gave us was just a very predictable and fucking boring mess. And
everybody trashed on Arkham Origins when it came out. I still go back and replay that at Christmas.
Dude, exactly, man. I literally will wait till it's Christmas time, and I'll be like, okay, it's time to play Origins, because that's when it came out, and it's based around Christmas, and it's like the Die Hard of the fucking Batman games. Like, you can't help but play it.
It revived my PS3, because I had not played on that thing in a long time, and they never remastered that game. And so I inserted it, and it ate the disc, and I was like, oh shit, my disk drive is broken. Like, it's turning on, but it's not doing it. It's not registering that there's disc in there. And all of a sudden I hear clunk, and I'm just like, oh shit, what the fuck just happened? And it's like, oh, you want to play Arkham Origins? I'm like, oh, thank God. And then, dude. The funny thing was, though, I looked at the save that was on it, and this was the funniest, like, weird coincidence. It was like, when was your last save on Arkham Origins? It was December of 2016. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. When am I playing it next? December of 2024. I'm like, apparently I only play Arkham Origins after Donald Trump wins an election.
Fuck. Some
perfectly.
Link is definitely a connection to make there for you.
I was like, why the fuck do I get in the mood to play Arkham Origins only after this very specific event?
But dude, like, Arkham Origins there is flaws, yes, and like the biggest one for me, Arkham Origins, I couldn't stand that Joker was the main villain again, because I think we were going to be okay if it was just Bane and Black Mask, but they didn't even give us...
Is that the one where he becomes like Bane Venom Joker? Is that Asylum?
That's Asylum.
Right, yeah. Oh yeah, because Origins is a prequel.
Origins does Bane better. It has him be intelligent Nightfall Bane.
Very better.
I do remember the trailer for Origins. Is that the one where Batman is fighting Deathstroke?
Yes. And that's a great boss fight.
That's really good.
It's so good.
Yeah, dude, the Origins got down the boss fights correctly. Like you couldn't wait to get to the next assassin that was on your list. The Electrocutioner boss fight, that's the biggest one in the game. If you guys don't know already, that's the hardest one, the toughest one to go up against.
Absolutely.
So if you guys haven't played Arkham Origins, be ready for the Electrocutioner boss fight for sure. But that game did so many things right, and and obviously it's not the main studio that handled it. That was Warner Brothers Montreal. They gave us an online version as well, multiplayer. The multiplayer fell a little bit flat. I played it a little bit here and there, but that wasn't the main reason I played it. Because I was a fan. Okay, what was it? Is it Troy Baker that plays the Joker in that one, right? And then the name of the Bruce Wayne actor escapes me at this moment, but
yeah. And him, I wasn't as crazy about. I feel like Troy Baker does a great young Joker in that, though.
Yeah, they did a great job. Honestly, I was a fan of it, but Arkham Knight, dude, like, fuck me, man. I did not want more Joker. I knew we were gonna get Scarecrow, and I wish that it was Scarecrow, but I also wished it was Paul Dini's vision with Scarecrow and then like Hush being the two main big bads that are fucking up Bruce's life. And the build up in City was aiming towards it. Joker had his wrap up in City. He was dead and it was over with. And then they bring him back on some fucking Fight Club shit where he's the fucking imaginary friend for you. And it was so fucking annoying. And I'm going to probably make a video about this one day because that's how much disdain I hold for Arkham Knight. And like the whole fucking Arkham Knight character, I knew it was going to be a Robin. I knew it was going to be a Robin.
That was everybody called that from the first trailer, I feel like.
Yeah, it was like obviously going to be Jason Todd.
Everybody
they hadn't done Red Hood yet.
Be a Robin. I knew it was going to be a Robin that got fucked over or that was presumed dead. And once we got the first inkling of Jason Todd being mentioned in the main story plot, I knew that it was him. I knew it. Like it was such a give, like it gave you all the answers there. And I didn't want to think that I was such a genius that I figured it out. It was that stupid of a fucking story, honestly.
You're like Palpatine. Instead of do it, you're like, I knew it.
Nah. Hey, hold on real quick. I gotta acknowledge this. Casual Chris said, I think Isolation Arkham Knight is a good story. There's things I like about it, Chris. There's things I do like about it, but I'm sorry, dude. Like, I didn't need more Joker in the final game. Like, we had his wrap up in City, and they gave it to us again in Origins, where they fucking bait and switched us with thinking we're going up against just Bane and Black Mask and all these assassins, and then lo and behold, is fucking Joker in the Black Mask.
And the Batmobile shit, like I was hyped to get the Batmobile before that game came out.
Oh my god, but fucking Bat Tank Simulator.
After it came out, everybody was like, whoa, man, too much.
The gameplay for it is like so Arcadian, like
and it's like it's way too involved in everything.
Yeah.
Like the Deathstroke
You didn't have
fight.
to give us the entire thing of Gotham City, bro. Like I know people wanted to drive around Gotham City in the Batmobile. It sounds fucking awesome. Sounds great. But like you had to fucking compensate for all of these, like all this entire space being available to you, and you couldn't have the populace around because Batman can't just run. People are gonna do Grand Theft Auto shit in a Batman game and then just run over fucking pedestrians if
they just got electrocuted and they were fine.
Oh, bro, I fucking hit inmates at like 80, 90 miles an hour, and you're telling me that they're still alive? Like, whatever. I killed so many people in that game. Honestly, dude. But yeah, the fucking overuse of the Batmobile in that game is fucking obnoxious. It's so fucking nauseating to fucking deal with. And I was over it by halfway through the game.
Dude, the Deathstroke boss fight pissed me off so much. I was getting hyped because I had played Origins, and I was like, "Oh, awesome!"
Deathstroke himself says to Batman, "Like this showdown's gonna be something."
And I was just like, "Oh, we're gonna get a follow up."
Yeah, he's like,
that
"You
awesome
ready?" I am, and I thought we're gonna like meet him in some beat up warehouse outside of town and have like a fucking show, but no, it's a fucking Cobra tank fight. Like,
does one punch on him. I'm just like,
it's fuck out of here. It was on.
I wish I had been streaming then. That would have been an all-time reaction. I was literally just like, you saw the life drain out of my face. I was just like,
and you know what, dude? Real quick, Soul Assassin said that's WB. They don't want to let Joker go. I know, dude. They don't. Joker has to infiltrate everything because they think that that's the only way to tell a Batman story. Casual Chris said, "Nah, Joker at night is good. You're just soft, slightly joking." Yeah,
I mean, his voice acting is good. I'll acknowledge Mark Hamill.
Disagree.
How Arkham Knight would play in the new Lego game, like how they adapt that. I wonder if it's probably better, probably more fun.
Interesting. Yeah, that could be true.
I still have yet to play it, but I want to play it because it seems like they utilized a lot of like the old movies and stuff, like like going like your pathway that you play as Batman.
Oh, you guys are both big Lord of the Rings fans, so did you ever play the Lego Lord of the Rings?
I never got around to that one.
I don't think I played it, but I've got it. I've got it in my Steam library.
I have the Lego Hobbit on my Xbox library, but I haven't played those ones.
Well, I won't spoil it for you. I'll just give you a task to do in those games because they're really good. I like the Lego games because they're comfy. Like you play through the movies that you already know, like even the Jurassic ones. I like playing through.
Lego games are great.
It's like a relaxed kind of thing. But you make mithril items at the Village Bree in the Lego Lord of the Rings because it's kind of an open world.
You can craft them.
Yeah, you bring mithril bricks to the blacksmith there, and he makes them. Make the Lego or the mithril Galadriel's vial in mithril.
Oh, okay.
And you'll get a good surprise.
Can you make Frodo's mithril vest?
You can make a lot of mithril items, and most of them are kind of cheat codes, and then there's some that are more comedic.
February said need a Batman Beyond game. Well, it's kind of like the Batman Beyond movie. You guys should have supported something else prior, and then they might have done it.
Oh, Return of the Joker.
I always wondered if the Assault on Arkham movie was connected to the Arkham. It's actually, I think people were saying
it is.
People were trying to say that it was like a prelude or like a prequel to Arkham Asylum, but it's not. It's not connected.
It's connected to the Flashpoint movie. Actually, that's a different one. That's Hell to Pay. But the Assault on Arkham one, it is definitely not based on the stuff Joker's doing. Joker and Harley anyway. Yeah, like Harley's character in those, it's like a Suicide Squad movie. Assault on Arkham.
If anything, I think that the Assault on Arkham linked more towards like the live action Suicide Squad film in 2016 than anything else. We're going to get to that too. Don't worry. We're going to talk about a few DC animated announcements they made recently. Soul Assassin said Grand Theft Auto Gotham 5 stars and Batman chases you. But I am Batman.
It's kind of like the Spider-Man games where like you'll swing and kick someone off a building and he's like, oh, good thing I webbed him up. It's like, you killed him, Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure you killed him.
That's murder. That's death. That's murder.
It's like that fucking College Humor sketch where he's just like, oh, he went to the farm. He's not dead. He's just sleeping.
I overfed these men. Pete Holmes' Batman skits were great. If you guys haven't watched those, by the way, they're fucking hilarious.
I fight crime in a rubber suit all day. Really seals in the flavor. We had sex
with my parents. Soul Assassin said the Lego Batman game is really good. Stop, John. Oh my god. Casual Chris then said, I didn't play Asylum, so I could be wrong, but why should anyone care if the Arkham Knight is Jason Todd? It's just because it's so fucking obvious.
It's the fact that it's teased as like a big reveal, dude. It's if they just revealed it from the start, that wouldn't be a big deal. But
if he was just Red Hood the whole time.
Because there was people hypothesizing whether or not it was Damian in the suit because of Talia and Bruce's relationship, and maybe she never told. But then it didn't make sense because Damian should still be a kid, and he's like, this is like a grown man. But then that had people to allege that, oh, maybe this is a clone of Bruce, a Bruce Wayne clone, kind of like how there was a Damian clone in that one animated Batman movie. Go ahead.
When you fight the Arkham Knight, he like bits of his armor get like bashed off, and then he like looks like Red Hood.
No, that happens in the initial like cinematic confrontation with Jason when he reveals himself when you're saving Jim, and he like rips off his chest plate, or Batman rips his chest plate off, and then Red Hood like he already had the red like helmet underneath the Arkham Knight mask. Yeah. So yeah, and then he became good. It just lines up because of the plot. Because
there was like those DLC things where you play as members of the Bat family. You play as Red Hood in one of those.
Yeah, I played Gotham Knights. I'm not going to lie, with my brother because it was co-op.
DLC, quote unquote DLC, because the Arkham Knight DLC was asked to.
Yeah, and the Arkham games are the ones connected to the Suicide Squad game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Arkham Knight game is supposed to. I don't even know how that works, but yeah.
I'll say this for Gotham Knights. At least they gave Batgirl a nice ass to look at the whole game. That's why I played as her. My brother played as Nightwing, and I was just like, you know what? This makes this game much more bearable.
We are nothing if not tuners first and
foremost. We are simple men.
Soul Assassin said Lego has so much potential. If they got a chance to do Lego Halo, Gears of War, Skyrim, it would be some wild shit. I'd play Lego Skyrim, but that'd be a lot.
I would love like a Lego, like super serious games like Lego Resident Evil or like Lego Last of Us, where like, you know, they make it comedic, but you got to do it old style. I played the old Lego Star Wars where it was silent. Yeah. You don't have any dialogue. You just have the Lego speaking like the little Pictionary shit going on where they're like
Lego Left 4 Dead.
Exactly. Lego Left 4 Dead. I know it's not going to be a surprise to anybody, but I wish they expanded on what they showed us with the Green Lantern Corps in Lego Batman 3 and just give us a Lego Green Lantern game, honestly. But obviously we're never going to get that because Green Lantern's a niche hero, so I get it. Surge said it's just a flesh wound regarding to the college humor skits. Casual Chris said, "Nah, I'm just saying that emotionally, why does anyone care if we don't even explore Jason in any of the games?"
It's not. It's for me. It's the fact that they used it as a crutch for the entire third game. Their third game. I know it's the fourth game after Origins, but they're like, it's such a mystery, guys, and like we're gonna make this the big reveal of the game. It's like, why?
And then, like him and Scarecrow aren't even on the same page as far as how they want to take care of Batman. Like Scarecrow wants to drag it out, like, don't worry, he needs to feed on his fear, and then we'll kill him. And then Arkham Knight's like, okay, kicks a can in the corner, like, okay, all right, I guess I'll wait.
Well, yeah, and he had like a whole
Batman.
army?
He has Batman pinned to the ground twice and shoots him in the fucking chest. And then he still fucking doesn't do anything to Batman, and he gets away from him. And then Arkham Knight has multiple moments where he can kill Batman in a helicopter in the fucking cloudburst tank. But no, Batman prevails again. So yeah, it's a fucking mess. It doesn't make sense, dude. Like I said, we could be here all night tearing apart that game, but I made the mistake of mentioning it, and I can't help but harp on it more. And then Mike said Lego old school Call of Duty. Nah, I could see that happening personally.
Those aren't
Lego
like
Indiana
stories
Jones was great. Yes, it was. Didn't they make a Lego Indiana Jones Crystal Skull game? Because I know the Lego Indiana Jones was the first one they did was covering the first 3 movies. I want to say they made a one for Crystal Skull. I
think it might be the opposite because I think they made Lego Indiana Jones 2: The Original Adventures is the title I remember.
No, the original ones were in the first game.
Okay.
Yeah, Lego Indiana Jones: The Adventure Continues. Yeah, based off of the Peruvian ruins, and then Crystal Skull. Okay.
They should do a young Indiana Jones Lego game.
Okay, but Narrow Dark, that's real niche. Not a lot of people even know about young Indiana Jones being like a TV show. And for those that don't know, like Harrison Ford was featured in I want to say the last episode of the TV show for that. And Harrison Ford did not do television like appearances like that.
Okay.
At that
so
time.
those were still in the silent era, so to speak. Before they got the like recorded lines from the movies, because it was 2008 and 2009 was the Lego Indiana Jones games.
Yeah,
which is the cooler era, quite frankly.
Like I said, Lego Godfather. Now we're talking Lego Scarface. Fuck it.
That would be hilarious. Silent, like Sonny gets gunned down and just falls apart.
I did have Scarface on the Wii. I remember playing the Wii version of Scarface.
It was on the Wii. I thought it was on the PlayStation. Oh yeah, it was the same time. PlayStation
with the Lego Star Wars, you play as Anakin and Obi-Wan, and you get to choose which one to play as at the end of Revenge of the Sith. And you fight the final level depending on who you're playing as. That's a cool little twist they did.
February said, need a game where I can play as Latina Supergirl.
Yeah,
there you go. Now you're appealing to Narrow Dark's.
That's what I need.
Nature.
Oh my, he's got a Latina heat going.
Narrow Dark's definitely made it known that Latina Supergirl from the Flash movie is like that's his waifu. Surge said they should make some Lego games using the old, less detailed minifig designs. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I can't stand because I've tried to like mull it over, like, oh, hey, am I gonna play Lego Skywalker Saga and just stop when it gets to the sequel trilogy? Like, like at least play the original.
They change it because it's not like silent anymore, so it's not as funny.
Oh, yeah, right. I know. Yeah,
once they got the license to use the actual voice lines, it got a little bit more boring. They had to be more creative. They had Darth Vader like explaining that he was Luke's father through pictures in the old ones. Like it was fucking hilarious. It made an entirely new layer of comedy.
And I have the Skywalker Saga. I haven't played it, but I also got on Steam like the original 3. The original one where you have the 6 films. So I'll probably play that instead.
I'll probably never play it, mate. But it was honestly because I also watched like videos of it, and I was like, ooh, this looks like such a fucking downgrade compared to the complete.
Yeah, saga. I don't know. I got Skywalker Saga on sale. I haven't played it, but I also watched some random guy's YouTube video about it, and it was basically just going on about how it's terrible.
Yeah,
so
it's on Plus, so I might get to it at some, whenever the next Star Wars series or thing comes out, I might just for like SEO be like, oh, I'll play a Star Wars thing now.
All right, and then real quick, Casual Chris said, I like how Scarecrow and Jason care about different things. It's just the twist doesn't work for me unless I've known and had a connection towards Jason. Well, yeah, I'm saying, man, like they just kind of like force this on you that like, oh, like Jason was a big deal and like a big thing that was weighing on Batman's mind, but he never mentions him in Asylum or City.
Yeah, they should have built up to it if they were going to do that.
The whole time though, we get Dick and Tim in those games, like reference and mentions of them. You know what I mean? So. Like those were the Robins to focus on, and then like I don't know, you could have pulled like a Hush moment like from the comic book, and then it was never really Hush, it was Riddler. You know what I mean? Like you could spoilers for those that don't know, but it could have been like Arkham Knight was actually Deathstroke all along. Like that would have been cooler than what the fuck they gave us. But that's just
he's like Batman doesn't even remember his name. He's just like, oh, it's you, it's
Jerry,
Mason Broad, Mason Broad,
Jason.
Gorilla.
He's like, oh
Gorilla
yeah, Jason. Yeah, I knew Jason. I knew you.
Grodd. Jason Todd. Whatever. Mike said the Lego Force Awakens game was bad. Yeah, I remember they put that out like as a solo title too. I loved Lego Worlds, but nobody talks about it.
There's a shit ton of Lego games. There's the Lego movie games. There's Lego Ninjago. There's
I never played the Lego movie games. I never played Ninjago. I never, like how John brought it up, I never played Lord of the Rings or Hobbit. I never played the Pirates of the Caribbean Lego games either. And
the Lord of the Rings ones are like, those are like comfort food for me, because it's like you're just walking around Lego Shire and you're just like, oh, this is like so relaxing. I can forget about the whole world right now.
Lego Harry Potter, that's another one too. I know they made all 7 or whatever films of Lego Harry Potter.
7 books, 8 films.
Yeah, like whatever. They made them all for that, and I never dabbled in those either. So
good shit.
But the Lego games are fun, and Arkham Knight was trash, and that's where I'm standing.
I played the Jurassic ones, and even though Jurassic World is trash, I love playing through those first 3. Yeah, the Jurassic World Lego. I was just like, oh, this is so like fun to play through like the silly like Lego version of these big dinosaur reveals and shit.
Yeah, they did. Fuck me. Well, fuck me, guys. That was almost 2.5 hours alone of talking about video game tisms, and we haven't even touched on the other topics for the stream. Buckle up, Buttercup. We're keep going. All right. So after that all being said, I wanted to get into some talk about a particular movie that is released, and now people are talking about it in extent. I wonder what movie it could be. Narrow Dark, a clue?
Oh, God, I just don't care about this movie at all.
I got it on the tab. I told Decrepit, I was like, at the start of the stream, I was like, oh, I was gonna do the Supergirl thing, but I wasn't sure if I would stay up long enough to watch it. And then I'm looking at the total runtime because I have it on the next tab over. I'm like, oh, it's only an hour 42, so I would have been up way less long. And just watching that and doing a commentary on it.
You probably would have, man. But yeah, I think we can get into just a little minor talk about this. So let's go ahead and get into our cinema segment. That was it. All right. So yeah, Supergirl is out, and a lot of people have been watching it, and the reviews are coming in, and holy moly, baby. I anticipated a shit show, but I didn't anticipate the level of shit show to where we're even having like people like Grace Randolph are even taking shots and digs at this movie. That was one of the biggest things that shocked me. Did you guys see that at all today?
I've been avoiding any talk of this movie because I just don't care enough to watch it, what anyone thinks.
Fair enough.
Jeremy Johns.
I didn't watch. Did he put his review out already?
Yeah, I watched like
I didn't
first
watch it yet.
30 seconds of his review, and I was like, I don't care about this movie at all. So I just stopped watching his review.
I didn't even see that he put it out yet.
But I wasn't surprised by the stuff he said at the start. Basically, the movie is not good.
I mean, even AngryJoe and Grace Randolph and everybody were kind of disowning it.
The angry shill. It's like when it comes to movies and shows, the way he reviews them is just not on the same level as his like video game reviews. It's not the same quality. Yeah. It's like his opinion on movies and shows. It's just like you're like such a little fucking bitch.
And there are
no offense, Joe.
Yeah, there are some that he hits on, but it's kind of coincidental. Like Rings of Power. He shat on that pretty early on, I think. Or at least I enjoyed watching him shit on the later episodes. But it's like a lot of times, he's very much like simplistic, or like he doesn't understand the medium as much as games, where he's just like kind of talking at his ass a lot of times.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good point, actually. I feel that like his passion doesn't follow as the same way. It was funny you guys mentioned AngryJoe because I did have something pulled up. AngryJoe was on he went on his own little fucking tirade online in the last like 2-3 days, and he's been getting ripped to shreds, bro. Like he went wholeheartedly in defensive mode for like the actress when those statements were coming out of her on the red carpet saying like, oh, like she's a queer icon and what have you. And Joe came to fucking cape. He came in wearing his fucking little baby Superman cape that he loves to pull out every time that there's talk about a Superman film or a Superman project.
Yeah, he's the biggest like Superman fucking simp there is.
Well, the thing is, Narrow Dark, I have a little bit of a hypothesis that Joe, he like thinks that he's a great big Superman fan, but he's actually just like, I feel like he's just a tourist, and he actually doesn't really know like the fundamentals and the core of like what Superman stands for.
Have you seen his original like Man of Steel review?
Oh, where he argues with a nostalgia critic, I think.
If I did, it's been fucking years since I watched that. He just
made one basically saying like he was shitting on the movie and saying it's like this is not how Superman is supposed to be at all. So, and it's weird because like he had that, but I kind of remember him being a big Snyder fan.
Well, I remember it must have been Nostalgia Critics video then, because it was like back in 2013, they had like a whole like good cop, bad cop with Man of Steel, where like Joe was kind of defending it, and then Nostalgia Critic was sort of attacking it, and they like argued over it in his video. So that's why I was surprised that he was negative in his own video about it.
It was a really old video.
And then BVS, I remember he was like kind of mixed bag on it. I'm trying to remember. I think he was more positive on that one.
I could see him being very positive about the Snyder Cut, but in retrospect, it's probably better than what we get.
I'll preface this by saying I haven't been subscribed or a fan of AngryJoe in several years. I unsubscribed from him like years ago because he was going on like tangents and like calling people like man babies and fucking whiners
I
and man
unsubscribed when he
children
started
about
doing like movie reviews because it was just like just stick to gaming stuff. That's what you're good at.
yeah, because like we all know, of course, like there's always originality conversations when it comes to certain creators on YouTube and like who bites what from who and who got inspired in what manner. Like Angry Video Game Nerd, like let's just all be real about it. Like there's a lot of YouTubers that are his fucking children. Like there's a lot of people that took like the shtick of Angry Video Game Nerd and kind of went with it. And yeah, they like add a little bit to it here and there. But I really kind of feel like Joe was one of those guys that
And
he kind of bit the shtick of Angry Video Game Nerd and kind of ran with it. When a lot of his movie reviews, even if he likes it, it doesn't if he likes it, it doesn't sound like an angry movie review. Because an angry movie review to me sounds like, oh, you're going hard on this because it's trash. But even for movie he likes, he calls it angry movie review.
But like
So,
even for
what were you
games he
saying, Nerd Art?
likes, even for games he likes and gives positive reviews, he's still analytical to the point where he can criticize it and point out flaws in it. He just doesn't do that same. He doesn't have the same sort of like level of detail or anything when it comes to movie reviews. It's so surface level and just like. Also, what I hate about what I hate about him and Nostalgia Critic and like all those people on that network is those fucking awful cringe skits that they always do. Any one of his game reviews, I skip those skits. I'm like, this is just this is so fucking gay and cringe and not funny. Get to the fucking review,
like
bitch.
You know, they were entertaining back in like the 2010s. They were entertaining, dude. Like back in like the early 2000s, like the 2009 to like 2013.
Disagree. I
like
totally disagree with that. I'm like, it was. Never
I kind of
funny.
liked them. I liked them earlier on. They were like a little cheeky.
Because I always felt like they thought they were being so cool. I could tell that they thought they were really cool. No, like whenever they try to whenever
with it.
Are you fucking no, dude? Whenever they try to act badass or cool in any skit or anything, they genuinely believe like we're fucking cool right now. It's like you look like a bunch of dorks.
I would agree with those ones if they're like trying to be like, you know, wear their sunglasses or whatever. And
it's like the Nostalgia Critic movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like those are
definitely. And I think Linkara had a movie, and it's like he definitely. I don't know if you guys know who Linkara is.
Yeah. No, I have the whole Channel Awesome.
He did like his history of Power Rangers.
No, I can get behind the skits if they're sort of like short and sweet and more comedic acting. Like I still remember it was the Alone in the Dark movie that they reviewed where it was like Spoonie, Nostalgia Critic, and I think Linkara. And like Nostalgia Critic's whole shtick was that like the movie was so bad that it had made him like paralyzed and he was typing like Stephen Hawking. He was just like, and then like one of the others like reached over and started typing on his keyboard. They're like, look at what I can make Nostalgia Critic do. He's like, I like to wear women's clothing. I like to wear women's clothing. It was like, they were doing some sort of like, you know, self-deprecating, like funny shit. But then like most of them, I would say it was more miss than hit as far as like, but you know, a lot of times the comedy
definitely a lot of them were more miss and they were corny, but I don't know. I feel like
I sort of admired the entrepreneurial or like the independent kind of like filmmaking thing of it, that it was like early YouTube.
I guess exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. I was gonna say the same thing. So
and I feel like the funniest thing I remember from AngryJoe was the Sonic, I think it was Sonic Frontiers, where he was just like, they took all the rules of Sonic and he takes this fucking script of the game. He's like, and they wiped their fucking ass with it. And he's just like rubbing it on his ass.
I think
that was great.
He reviewed the Thor like movie tie-in game. And I just remember him being like, it's 4 hours. Like
that was a whole shtick for a while, where he would call out like super short campaigns. He'd be like, it's 4 hours. And then I forget, there was one other where He basically, it was the Harry Potter, the Deathly Hallows Part 2 game where he called it the out for like, just like stupefy. It's just like, you will hear that word so many times, it will make you mad.
Well, to say all this, man, I have his tweets pulled up, and so we're gonna take a gander at these because this is the Supergirl topic, but we're probably not going to cover the movie as much. It's more so the bullshit around the movie is what's entertaining. Kind of like with Disney Star Wars, the actual content itself is entertaining, but the shills that defend it are what's fun to rip on and to make fun of. So AngryJoe, he put out some tweets when he got a lot of the feedback or like the stuff that a lot of other people were saying. And I guess Joe he was just on some like, oh, that tears it. I'm going to put my 2 cents out there. These people are crying and whining and I've about had it. So Jose, because that's Joe's real name. Joe's real name is Jose. And I'll say this, guys, the fucking rips on his name have been fucking hilarious. Like Furious Fernando. And then fucking like what other ones have I been seeing today, dude? Like fucking like take a chill pill chili. Like there's been a lot of other names that people have been like, our Angry Taco Gobbler. That was another one that was great. I can say all this shit, by the way, because I'm half Mexican, so I don't want to hear it. So Joe put out some tweets, and this was
no wonder you had that reaction to that ICE comment I made.
Well,
I feel like I already knew that you're a half Mexican though, so
you don't know your co-host, mate. Anyway, so
I already knew you were because I saw a picture of your arm and I'm like, that guy's definitely Mexican.
Why'd you say it to me, man? Anyway, so Joe put out some tweets. Jose put out some X posts, and he was going off. So like right here, this said this person said, I really hope it's going to make 400 million, even though she said some stupid shit. DC fans need these movies now, super family oriented. Joe said, amen. The super family has been getting the love from the DCU. Jesus Christ. What she said wasn't even that stupid.
I don't even know what she said.
Okay, well, this is the one where I know. I said this on Solo Tirade last week when I was streamed by myself. She was on the red carpet, Narrow Dark, and she basically was drunk. She was obviously like under the influence of something to where she was so she was like saying like, oh, and then somebody that was like a fucking gotcha like interviewer for like a tabloid online was saying like, oh, like how do you feel about like Supergirl being like a queer icon? And then she's like giggling and laughing like a dumbass saying like, I don't know, like I have a lot of LGBTQ friends, so I think this is very great for that. She's very queer thorough. She said some dumb shit, dude. She was just saying like queer. She rides a queer through line. Like I don't know, she could go both ways. Like she just said dumb shit.
Who cares?
She said exactly. She said dumb shit that like actresses are gonna say, because even though all those people should just shut the fuck up and just monkey dance for us because you're entertainers, like we don't care about your opinions. But of course these tabloids are gonna ask them stuff to get like hit pieces and to get clicks and views, and it did exactly that. And so Joe was seeing that, and he was seeing the reactions that people were having to it, and Joe just couldn't help himself. So he had a full-on fucking meltdown on Twitter the last like 2-3 days about it. And then it got worse when Gary from Nerdrotic chimed in and like said something to him. Geeks and Gamers fucking clowned on him. As from Heels Babyface also chimed in. Disbrew, he fucking got mentioned right here in this tweet right here. But yeah, like Joe,
about me. He's triggered, bro.
Joe really stepped in it. Joe basically stepped in it, and everybody's been on the pile train. Smash JT made fun of Joe. Camelot made fun of Joe. Dermy Wormy made fun of Joe. Like everybody's been like, Joe now became like, everyone was shifting and focusing on quartering, and now Joe is another lolcow to add to the slaughter. Like this is what's up.
I linked it in the private chat, but he actually
I have that pulled up. I have your tweet pulled up as well, or your response. I have that pulled up. Don't worry, we're gonna get to it. I got you, bro. So then he continues to say she's entitled to defend herself and have an opinion. Jesus Christ. And it will have nothing to do with the box office is the point I was making to disprove. The film likely won't even be woke that triggers these guys so much. Not everything with a female with attitude, messy, flawed is woke. Whatever woke is supposed to mean now. And then it continues on saying, Disparu responded to that saying a great representation of a modern woman, lonely, miserable, depressed. Can't imagine why this inspirational movie's not more popular. And then it says, Joe couldn't help it. And he kept going saying, there it is again, this weird hate for women. What is a modern woman? Like, you mean any woman in 2026 or only ones that like being single? You only like classic women, retro women? Bro,
God damn, this guy's such a faggot. Like, fuck
I know,
hell.
dude. I know, man. I know. I'm like, I wanted to tell them.
You don't love me.
I just wanted to.
I'm a fuck yeah.
I saw so many replies just saying like, Joe, she's not gonna fuck you.
Yeah, this is such what a pick me man sounds like.
Yeah,
of course he's gonna say this gay shit.
Oh yeah,
loser.
And then he kept on going, saying, "Were you hurt? Maybe you are dating the wrong ones. Or wait, are you actually an incel? Like, if you are, my bad. You do you. I didn't know. It's just fascinating." And then he kept on going, dude. He kept on going, and this is just the
dude. He is like, big man, angry. Joe, this is just real. The tip He's of angry as fuck.
I'm telling you, man, fucking pissed off.
What's hilarious about this Pepe. Is he's. I started to think that he's talking like Trump after a certain, and he would take that as the biggest insult of all.
Do you even like women? I don't think you do.
The all caps, the fucking.
Look how he said right here. He said classic women, retro women. I'm asking genuine. Have you ever had a girlfriend?
Trump would say that.
It's the all caps and shit that.
Like, oh yeah, and then he says, "Oh my god." Angry Joe savagely attacks nerdrotic and geeks and gamers and Disbrew with a different opinion about whether or not it only matters if Millie says Supergirl could go both ways in a random interview. First of all, bro, run on sentences. Have some grammar control. Is it in the actual film? Is it actually scary noises woke? Who cares? Just get him. Wah! Help us fans against the big bad Joe. Brigade him. Tell him he is wrong. What was Joe wrong about again? It doesn't matter. Help me, y'all. This is pathetic. Now I need. I don't know what it says.
Oh, holy shit!
Here.
Like but that is.
This is crash out, bro.
That is
crash out.
Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe that he said.
Oh yeah, he's been going on a like fucking
this.
Like.
This is fucking
dude.
Crazy.
I loved Grizzy's video because Grizzy put out, shout out to Mr. Grizzy, by the way. Grizzy put out a video of him, and then Grizzy also got a response from Joe on Twitter. I don't have the response pulled up, but he had time for everybody. He was I thought for a second he was going to respond to me at that point because he was responding to everyone that said something. I just kept scrolling down. He responded to that Star Wars girl, Anna. He responded to her. He responded to not Smash JT, dude that does the fucking, what's that other guy's name? God damn it. I'm sorry, his name escapes me, but he was one of the other guys
or something.
No, one of the other side scrollers guy. That he was talking shit to, or he tried to plead with Jeremy Hambley about like getting some help, but then fuck me, I'll remember his name. I'm sorry, his name escapes me.
You mean Craig, Stuttering Craig?
Yes, Stuttering Craig. Thank you. Sorry, Craig. I apologize. I know you don't watch my show, but I apologize for getting you. He had time for everybody, bro. I thought he was gonna respond to me at some point. He was responding to everybody. That's how much of a meltdown he was having. And then, of course, right here, he responded to. Let me pull it up. I have it set up. I have it here. Dun, 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 dun,
I get a response from
he
3 million subscriber YouTuber. You know that
he responded to John Gets Gaming, and I don't know what the original post that he responded to, John, but his reply right here says, "Let's say she does the." Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So basically, he was saying that like it was always going to fail because Supergirl comics sell like a quarter of Superman, and I was basically saying like, well, surely you acknowledge though that like. This movie could have been more successful if they tried to appeal to either men who like to see certain types of women on screen, or women who like to see certain types of women on screen. Because I think both sexes like to see, they like to have them act a little bit more, like feminine.
The way you phrased it was like appeal to men and maybe the type of women that normal women like to see on screen.
Yeah.
Not a cunt, not a woman who acts like a miserable cunt.
Just not pleasant people.
I don't want to sound too sexist, but most women are miserable cunts, and they probably don't like to be reminded of that.
Look, dude, we're already in the shitter as far as the opinions of women. So like, just have at it and let it.
And even though I'm little old me, I did manage to ratio him with my response even to this.
Bro, that's another thing, bro. He got ratioed by everybody, especially D-Day Cobra. Fucking Good Jer fucking ratioed him like 3 times. It was nuts, dude. It was crazy. But anyway, he responded saying, let's say she does the appeal to men as in showing boobs and thighs, like those weird images dudes mate. What is he talking about? Weird images?
I guess AI images and shit.
AI images of sexual
to make her actually more appealing. Or over-sexual, or just keeps her mouth shut in interviews as men want. Snowflakes. Fuck off. I still don't think that getting maybe 5 to 10% more X-followers who got riled up by the fandom menace. Oh, well, there it is. There it is again. Fandom menace mentioned. I need a button for that. To go out and see it and moves the needle as much as he needs some grammar fucking control. Jesus Christ. As much as getting a large female crowd on board, as in Barbie, it was already a smaller segment of the totality of men that would see it.
This is already disproven by other female superhero movies.
Yeah, bullshit fucking argument. And don't compare it to Barbie. There's like so much that went into that movie being successful. Like that was the whole Barbieheimer meme. It's like these two polar opposite movies that came out at the same time, and like it made people go and see both of those movies.
And that is a massive brand that it was a woman movie appealing to women. And
an Australian actress in the lead.
Yeah, that's true. Margot Robbie, easy on the eyes. But it was playing into its strengths.
Like clearly Joe is just completely missing the point of what you said.
Yeah, and the thing is, to even get closer to his example, Wonder Woman over 700 million, Captain Marvel. Now that was hammocked by Avengers movies, and hammocked I mean that's a old network TV term. They lift it up. And so it's like there are a number of them that appeal to this, though. I mean, even Black Widow, I think, made like a lot more than what this is going to make, and that came out during
like
COVID.
300 mil during COVID, I think, something like that.
Yeah, and that came out like when theaters were still shut down and shit. So, or people were afraid.
This movie isn't even going to beat the Marvels.
Like, holy shit!
The movie just looked like shit.
Yeah, he painted as like, oh, this was inevitable. It was never going to do better than this. And my whole point was just like, no, they could have done better.
I could have done it. I could have done it. I could have made a good Supergirl movie.
You know what? And Narrow Dark, that's what I hear a lot of people coming out of the theater after watching this saying, like they're like confidently saying, like, dude, I know I have nothing to do with the movie industry, but I could have wrote something better than this.
Yeah, like base it on the fucking New 52 comics and not one that came out like 2 years ago that no one liked.
Dude, that's what has been the most frustrating thing.
We all know they based it on the 2022 Tom King comic book, Woman of Tomorrow, and they didn't even stay true to the comic book.
Doesn't Tom King?
They didn't even stay true to the book. What?
Doesn't Tom King work with James Gunn on these movies?
Tom King was hired by James Gunn as one of the main writers for the DCU projects.
I hate that, like,
they didn't even stay true to the story that they based the movie on. They deviated.
I think it's because they originally wanted Lobo in the comic, but for whatever reason they couldn't. So when they do the movie, it's like, oh, we can actually use Lobo for the plot now. But who cares? Because the movie sucks.
I don't fucking know, dude. But this is just
so annoying that like people are like, "Oh, this is Supergirl's character," and it's like, no, it's Supergirl's character from one very recent comic. Stop acting.
It's not even like her characterization in the DC was not even like how it is in the comic anyway. Like in that specific comic.
And you know what? And then I think John mentioned it too. How you said like, oh, like Joe snapped with like saying the most popular comics, the most popular comic book that is a Supergirl book. And I literally replied to him because again, I thought I was going to get a response at the rate that he was going, and I fucking screenshotted the most popular comic book to ever release with Supergirl being the focal point is the fucking issue from Crisis on Infinite Earths when Supergirl sacrifices herself to save people and to save Superman and everything. Like that is one of her most iconic comic books. And yes, I will admit Woman of Tomorrow, that comic book has higher sales than a lot of other Supergirl stories, but also too, those sales are attributed to after the fact of this movie being announced. Like a lot of people,
like the only reason I
it was
read the comic is because I felt like I knew it was going to be based. The movie was going to be loosely based on it. That's the only reason I read it, and that's where a lot of those sales are coming from. And it's like, fuck you. Fuck anyone who fuck. I'm actually so mad about this now because Supergirl could be great. You could have a great Supergirl movie.
Yeah.
And dude, this character came out like she had over 50 years of history before that comic came out. I think it was over 60 years.
Yeah, it's she was revealed in early action comics.
Yeah. It's like the fact that we have to base everything and her movie debut. I know she had an 80s movie, but like her modern movie debut off of a very specific, very recent comic.
Supergirl,
82, I think it was.
First appearance, Supergirl Action Comics 252 in May of 1959. Yeah. So, yeah, but you're right. You didn't even have to base it on the 80s version of Supergirl. Like you could have went to New 52, like you were saying, Narrow Dark, or I forget. I think it was Narrow Dark that said it, but you could have went the New 52 route. Hell, I would have even liked that because again, I always have to shoehorn Green Lantern in some way, and somehow, Kara ends up getting a Red Lantern ring in the New 52, and she becomes she becomes a Red Lantern.
Leads the Red Lanterns, but you could have had a Supergirl movie with the villain, like Rain is the villain. You could introduce Hell. Like there's plenty of stuff to do, and it's just like, what are we doing with this discount fucking Ravages
and
bullshit?
I hate to say it. I know I keep shoehorning it in, but speaking of the Lanterns are part of this James Gunn DC universe, and they're nowhere to be seen in this entire movie that's in space. There's no mention or any cameo or inkling of any kind of like Lantern Corps.
They should have just put fucking. They should get me as Johnny Quick because I love that character, John Morton. He's an Aussie evil Flash. That should be me, James Gunn. I could save the universe as that character. I could or get me in there as Rainbow Raider because I love that character too.
You could be Rainbow Raider. Yeah, but no, I was saying that the Lanterns don't exist in this movie because they don't exist until the show comes out. So Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart don't exist, but
even then they're not green; they're just lanterns.
Don't get me started, fam. All right, but and the last little thing that I wanted to show, we're not going to read this article. I just wanted you guys to see the headline of this and who put this out, just so you can like have a chuckle. But this is an article that's put out by one of the main tabloids that covers like big mainstream releases. And look what they said about this. Just read that right there. Supergirl review. Millie Alcock takes charge in a dystopian superhero movie so flat it's super horrendous. And Variety said that.
You know they had to. They couldn't resist the super dash whatever headline.
Oh yeah, I
love that. It's got a terrible script and a punk rock attitude of corporate pretension.
Oh yeah, this actually took me this caught me by surprise the way that they worded this article.
I think we talked about this with
shit about this.
We talked about this with GTA, kind of what they were referencing in that subtitle, where it's like it's corpo edgy, where it's like, oh, we're gonna say an F word and we're gonna kick someone in the dick or whatever. Like I think Narrow Dark mentioned The Boys, where it was like
I feel like that kind of comedy was already creeping in when we were playing GTA 5. to be honest with you. So that's why GTA 5 doesn't really hit for me the way that the other
safe, edgy.
It's been normalized and popularized by the boys.
Yeah,
and I fucking hate the humor. It's never funny.
But Dark, they lasered a guy's dick off. That's so edgy, bro.
Yeah, they even dig right here, like how they say the second you call anything punk rock, it has ceased in that moment to be punk rock. And Superman calling what he does punk rock is super cringe. This is variety. This is variety
calling something super cringe. Wait, go back up. What was the title? Because super horrendous and super cringe.
This is kind of like after a candidate drops out of or loses an election, you can finally insult them. It's like now that they know the movie's failing, they're just like, all right, now we can finally be honest about it.
Here's our real opinion.
Yeah. It's like,
and I say all of that to say, AngryJoe put out a review and he did not like the movie. After all that fucking whining that AngryJoe did and fucking caping and coping that he did on X,
problem is
he did not like the movie.
Yeah, because I saw that on his channel as well. He clearly didn't understand what people were saying when they were complaining about the movie. He was going on tirades about we want titties and fucking pussy out or whatever the fuck he thought it was. And
it's an assumption in the opposite extreme. He's like, oh, you don't like this? That means you want this. And it's like, no, I never said I wanted that.
But I actually want a character that's likable and you can root for and they persevere through hardship. Like, you can do that with Supergirl pretty easily.
Because, like, even with what they've shown of this, if I believed that her journey was to be a better person, then I would be like, oh, that's a good journey. But they promote it as the ideal already, where they're like, oh, she's a piece of shit and she doesn't give a fuck and that's just who she is and you should love her for that. It's like, no, hold on, let's have an arc where she learns to be good. It's like, no, she's already good, bro.
She should be inspired by her cousin to be like him, and she's obviously not going to be fully like him because she was a teenager when her planet was destroyed and she's on Earth and he's been there his whole life. So there's this huge difference in how they have developed, but she can still incorporate his way of life into her. And like, she'll be distinct in her own character with her own unique backstory, but still a hero that you can root for and like that can inspire people, something like you'd see in a Supergirl comic,
But that would require her to be like humble and change and be inspired by a man, which wouldn't be allowed because it would be like, oh, then you're what's it called? Ice boxing or fridging, or like you're having her
would be killing her.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's the Laufey situation where they're like, oh, she used to be fridge. Now we're going to give her own game.
What would you call that? Like reheating?
Freezer burn.
Reheating. This motherfucker.
Oh, this dead woman. Let's bring the dead woman back and give her a story.
Let's ruin the entire emotional depth of the whole thing by just not having her die in the first place.
Just because you mentioned God of War. The original idea was like apparently Kratos and then his equivalent from the Norse mythology and I think the Egyptian pantheon become the three wise men.
Oh no, I didn't hear anything about that.
Like I think David Jaffe went on a rant about that at some point.
The original plan was, and it's kind of hinted at a mural in one of the games where it's like they kill these other pantheons, and then eventually, like Jesus Christ is born.
Yeah. God. Jaffe talked about that where he was like, "Oh yeah, he'd fight this pantheon, that pantheon, and then eventually, like you would get to Jesus or something." At some like game conference or something, he was talking about that. Yeah.
But instead of anything interesting with Kratos, let's just leave Kratos. Whatever happened at the end of Ragnarok? Did he die?
No. I thought he had a beautiful ending at the end of Ragnarok. Where
I never played it.
I didn't play it.
Oh man,
no, because I know he's like.
I'm not going to go ahead, John.
He doesn't he's not about killing or being the god of war anymore. And that would have like
different.
That would have fit in with this idea of him being like one of the wise men.
There's a great like moment with Thor at the end where he's like, "Do you know what I've done? And he's just like, "Yes," and you can feel like the pain in his voice. He's like, "But what will you do now?" And he hands him back his axe. But he gets
different.
Yeah, whenever he opens up the mural at the end of the game.
I'm just kidding.
No, I think like
sorry. Go ahead.
The real flaw of Ragnarok for me is not playing as Kratos for large chunks of the game.
No, those are the worst sections of the game. I'm not gonna lie. Like those are super boring.
And I don't like how Odin's American.
Oh.
I just don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with that version of Odin.
I didn't even think about that. That's just my perspective.
You're like, oh, he's talking normally for once.
Yeah. He's just like, I'm Odin. What's up, guys?
Odin, when I saw him in the clips and reveals, that was a real like letdown. I thought Odin was going to be more of a presence on screen.
The most Jewish version of Odin you've ever seen.
Is that a penny you have, Atreus?
My allergies are so terrible up here.
I'll have a bagel with cream cheese, please. Serge said, or sorry, let me catch up with chat.
No, basically, Kratos, to answer your question, like Kratos discovers a mural at the end of the game where like there's a bunch of people like worshiping him essentially like as a god of like peace and love, and he like takes a deep breath and he kind of covers his mouth and he's just like he kind of discovers that like, oh, I could be something other than war and killing and death and everything. And it's like I can find peace in this life. And I was like, that's such a beautiful ending. I don't even want to continue as Kratos. I would be fine with a new protagonist, but like don't resurrect his dead wife and like try to redrudge that storyline for cheap emotional shit.
You know what? Couldn't be me, bro. Grab those blades of chaos and keep hacking and slashing. Couldn't be me.
Well, I hope they go back to the original plan of him brutally murdering all the other gods, these demons, just so Jesus
and
Christ.
Everybody says Egypt, go to Japan. Japan has some awesome gods to kill, and India. You can kill
India. The Indian gods are going to be enough. The Indian gods are going to be enough.
That's many good boss fights, man.
That's probably hate speech, me saying that, but whatever.
But I do like. Sorry, back onto this God of War thing, really quick. I do like the idea of transitioning from like the Egyptian pantheon, and the finale of that is he's one of the wise men for Jesus. I really like that idea.
That is a cool idea.
The idea of transitioning.
It would be high risk. That'd be a high wire act, but you could pull it off.
I think if the target audience for those games were still men, it would go down perfectly fine. The only reason it wouldn't work now is because the target audience is a bunch of woke faggots.
I bet you go down perfectly fine. All right, let me catch up in the chat.
On your mom. I gotta go down perfectly fine on your mom and your missus, bitch.
Fuck off. All right, let's reel this in. Enough of God of War talk. February said Joe watched Black Adam 6 times because Cavill was in the post credits.
I haven't seen that movie.
That's pretty funny. Mike said this lashing out is just his last desperate gasp to try to stay relevant. Yeah, nobody, like we've said before, he has 3 million subscribers, but how many of those are active still?
Like I was gonna say, like I feel like Angry Joe hasn't been relevant in like so many years.
Imagine Joe Rogan having Angry Joe on. It'd be Angry Joe Rogan show. You'd be like, that's interesting. You hate video games. How do you feel about that?
Joe Rogan the kind of like older guy who's like doesn't see the merit in video games and thinks it's a waste of time. It's like, fuck off back to your ice bath, you fucking ogre.
You know what, though? Yeah, I will say Joe Rogan is more open-minded than a lot of people because, like, he used to hate professional wrestling, and then, like, Tony Hinchcliffe convinced him to. He was like, you know what? Anytime you have a pro wrestler on, just have me on too, and we'll talk about shit.
I used to be really into it, but when I saw it live, pro wrestling, I was like, this is the fucking best shit ever. No wonder everyone loves it. Like, if you go live, it is so good. I went with to like the last time Sting was there. So I got to see that.
I have a chance to go see midget wrestling this year at some point. So I want to make that
you know
happen.
What, I did see earlier this year when I first moved to Melbourne, I did see like luchadors.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Mexican
cool.
Wrestling. And a guy was there dressed as Jesus. There was a Jesus wrestler.
Oh, jeez, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus de Cristo.
It was really fucking cool.
Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, that's our Lord and Savior.
And
look at him coming in the ring.
What the hell?
There was a tag team of 2 chicks, and one of them was really tall, and the other one was like one of the shortest, like the shortest you could be without being called a midget. Like she was so short, and they were fucking. She was flying around the ring. It was fucking crazy.
So glad we're not monetized over here because we break all the rules. Oddball said, "Ben lurking, great stream, lads. Thank you, Oddball. Appreciate the kind words." Mike said, "Once I saw in Grizzy's stream chat was Tantrum Torres. That's a good one. That's a pretty good one too." And then February said, "You can say that because you're half Mexican. I can say it because I'm racist." Thank you, February. This is why you're my. Oh fuck, February! I realized I didn't mod you. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna take care of that after stream. I promise. And then February also said best thumbnail of the entire pod so far. I forgot what the fucking thumbnail was, dude. I already forgot.
I think it's either both of us or me in a straitjacket.
Oh yeah. I put us in straitjackets. Yeah,
even narrower dark.
An even narrower dark hole. All right. Okay. The last thing. 3 hours in, and I have the last
Spider-Man. The last thing.
No, we're no.
Ben Grimm mention.
No.
Say that again.
Dick.
Oh yeah. Because thing.
That's funny. Shut up. Let me see. Then Serge said it right now in the chat. Yeah, this channel would get demonetized immediately. Don't worry. If that ever happens, one lucky day we'll be in line and be in
try
check.
Streaming Disney games sometime. You got to skip all the fucking cutscenes because they'll instantly block you everywhere.
Okay, I saw this and I was like, "Is this real?"
Well, let me announce what it is, you dick. There's people that don't watch the screen.
Wow.
And
No respect for presentation. Wow.
Anyway, well, yeah, this fucking man has no courtesy for fucking etiquette.
Go then.
Now he rushes me. We have DC announced that there's some new animated projects coming down the line, and there's some pretty big announcements here. I like, for the example, they're announcing an absolute Batman show, and that surprised me actually out of all these, because I knew some of these were already coming down the line. I knew another season of Creature Commandos was coming. I knew that they were working on a crypto show, the Starfire show. I knew about that. I did not know about Absolute Batman. That was the big.
I just want to say, like, Joker Laugh Riot, that is so gay.
What is that even supposed to be about? I need to now. I'm gonna.
And is it set in the DCU? So are we getting Joker and Clayface before a DCU Batman?
I don't know, dude, because we all know obviously the Batman Nightfall got announced, and that trailer that looks great. That's going to be a 3-part trilogy, and I'm looking forward to that.
Nice.
But I think these ones right here, mate, I think these ones are, like you said, like these ones are connected to James Gunn's DCU, like, because what Creature Commandos was the first one.
Creature Commandos for sure, and Crypto as well for sure. Starfire probably as well, and Mr. Miracle. That just all of that works. That makes sense to me.
It says right here, Joker Laugh Riot's going to be like an anime style.
I think I remember hearing about that.
Don't ever believe that, because they said Star Wars.
Jim Craig, executive producing. When Batman is murdered, the Joker launches a ruthless crusade through Gotham's underworld to find the killer who took away his greatest adversary. But as his violent quest for answers pushes him closer towards vigilante than villain, Joker is forced to confront the truth that without Batman, he doesn't know who he is.
Oh,
fuck
boy.
Oh my god! It's gonna be a
like
fucking
the worst version of Lego Batman.
Self-searching fucking Joker story. This already sounds, like Narrow Dark said, that sounds gay as hell.
Yeah.
And we're getting more Green Lantern shit, but My Adventures with Green Lantern. So it's going to be someone tagging along to a Green Lantern thing.
Yeah, like
I feel like it's going to be My Adventures with Superman. Oh shit!
Yeah, like the animated style.
Okay, so it'll be Hal Jordan and maybe who's his love interest?
Carol Ferris.
Yeah, like it'll probably be something like that. And
as long as he doesn't have the Superman voice, where he's like,
set
Hal
in
Jordan.
Los Angeles.
Jack Quaid.
It says Hal Jordan Memorial High. Oh, so Hal Jordan's dead. Oh, it's about Jessica Cruz Green Lantern, the Latina Green Lantern.
Okay. Well. I mean,
there you go. Jessica Cruz trains in a temple to understand what it means to be a Green Lantern. A short clip of Jessica Cruz transforming was shown with Alui Cravello singing the oath. Alex DeWitt, Nikki Jones, Thomas Rowe, and Kyle Rayner will be an important of Jessica's high school life. hot villains that seemingly feature yellow and red lanterns.
Okay, this is gay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm all good.
And
off
Jessica
this.
Cruz is a pretty recent, like I think DC Rebirth character.
Jessica Cruz, yeah, she was announced like around like 2014, 2015.
I think she was supposed to be like the new Green Lantern, and she never really it never really
She
went
didn't
anywhere.
really take
Here's
off
the twist,
'cause-
narrow dark. Jessica Cruz is still voiced by Jack Quaid. She's like, I'm Jessica Cruz, and I'm gonna use my lantern.
My dad is
here,
Dennis
and,
Quaid.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Hate it here. Starfire, I don't. Fuck me.
Wait, so
I
do you
don't-
think it might actually be in the DCU?
Look.
Well,
Green
Absolute
Lantern?
Batman clearly is not, but I think Crypto and maybe the Green Lantern one, and then the superpowers and Mr. Miracle, those scream James Gunn to me. Like
Mr.
Crypto,
Miracle, and I know Superpowers. Is that the Jimmy Olsen one?
Superpowers. Well, technically, Superpowers is supposed to be like a mix between Superman, Wonder Woman, and like Batman and all them, but I don't know. That's a good point. Let me see.
It's such a generic title. Who can tell? It's like superpowers. Oh,
Yeah, what is
animated
James Gunn doing?
series.
Like, I'm all for more animated DC stuff, and I'm all for them just being like,
okay, it says taking place at the Alliance School for Heroes and focuses on new students, Lightning, Flash, Plastic Man, Aquagirl, Green Lantern, and Terra, who level up their powers under the supervision of Principal Martian Manhunter in the hopes of one day graduating and becoming the next generation of Earth's defenders.
Did you guys
That's
ever see
definitely
Gotham
not-
High, the comic?
Which
No,
one?
it was-
Gotham High?
Yeah.
No, I have no idea. I never.
So
dabbled in that.
it's funny. EFAP and Jay Longbone did a read along of it, which I have
Did they
listened
now?
to, and it's fucking hilarious because they do the voices
okay.
of the characters
this
and shit.
superpowers thing. First of all, Terra, I fucking hate that character. Get rid of her. You don't never bring her
You
back.
didn't like her in the Teen Titans?
Or where she's a little girl making out with Deathstroke? No, I don't think I did.
No. Like, oh, sorry, excuse me. I forget who I'm talking to. The Teen Titans comic book. Or did,
Yeah,
yeah,
that-
you don't
that's-
know. You
that's
don't know
where-
that. Never mind.
That's where that happened.
Okay.
No, well, never mind. Anyway,
But anyway,
keep
this
going.
show Superpowers, it sounds a lot like a CW show that they were trying to get happen. Where John Diggle from Arrow.
Yeah.
It was like him leading like a kind of like being like a mentor to like kids, and it was supposed to be like a school-based thing like this. So, and that it didn't get picked up for a fucking reason because it sounded awful. And now we're just doing this shit. Fuck this.
Yeah, pretty much, man. I
But-
mean,
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of fucking just your description that you read with like Principal Martian Manhunter and shit. I was like, this sounds like fucking Gotham High 2.0. Only that was Batman specific, and then it was
Honestly,
just
like if any of these that we're kind of Jesus, kind of unsure about if they're in the DCU, if they are, then fucking hell, James Gunn, you fucked it even more than you already did. Absolute fucking fool. A 2-hour fucking video. Jesus Christ, John.
Well, I was just putting in the
Says-
comments, and it's just something to listen to while you're at work or
I
whatnot.
might check it out later.
I might check that out too.
It's a little
actually.
audio drama, so you can listen to it while you're at work and whatnot. You don't have to watch.
Dude, you'd be surprised what I have on in the background of my day-to-day
Dude,
life
when the
sometimes.
fuck do you think I listen to 14-hour EFABs and shit? It's whenever I'm running a machine.
I
It's
think
just like
I think I've re-listened to the Boogie videos at least like 8 or 9 times a piece, like all of them.
Yeah,
every
those
listen to
are
the
really
Star
fucking
Wars
cool.
Ahsoka coverage and shit with Ryan, and that's like whenever they do their compilations, it's like 7 to 8 hours or whatever. I'm just
Yeah.
like, I'm doing a couple jobs today. I'm gonna cover 8 hours, so let's just listen to this shit today.
Just
and
remember
laugh.
Boogie on the side of the road in that like high vis picking up trash.
He's got his
Looks
man
like
boobs
It
out.
looks so fucking disgusting.
His uniboob.
Uh,
It says right here that crypto is dude, what the fuck? Crypto is actually backed by this creators of SpongeBob.
Crypto is a really smart investment, and you should have gotten in on it years ago. Never mind.
Yeah,
Wrong
he's
wrong
like, I'm a
crypto, wrong crypto.
millionaire now. Yeah, it cuts
So
you
he's
like,
just
I
walking
need your
on
help.
hind legs,
Please
fucking,
don't,
fucking bitches.
I love that clip of him on stream in that hotel room where it's like, what do you have? 2 beds? One for me, one for my hooker. One for me, one for my hooker.
All right, Mike. Thanks for hanging out, man. Shout out to Mike C. Thank you for being a part of the chat tonight, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, and then Mr. Miracle, there's no information on that nor the Starfire show. So yeah, we'll just have to see. The biggest one, like I said, out of all of this is the Absolute Batman animated show. And if those that are laymen and you've been living under a rock, Absolute Batman is like the more successful comic run as of late coming out of DC's Absolute series. And
like the only successful one.
Yeah, because fuck me, dude.
I tried to hear anything about any of the other ones.
I tried to give I tried to give a chance to that Absolute Green Arrow book, and then it just was a bait and switch for fucking Black Canary. Like
I tried to get into the Superman and the Flash one, but it wasn't really I didn't fuck with it really.
Yeah, the Absolute line was very, very big disappointment. Very big disappointment indeed. They tried to compete with Marvel's Ultimate line, which, by the way, Marvel's finally wrapping up with the Ultimate Universe, I believe. So yeah. But yeah, Absolute Batman, that's the biggest one out of this. I know that there's people that are excited for that. I'm not one of them. Do you think it's going to be 2D or 3D for that show? Probably 2D, right?
Based on the art style from the comic, I would say they'd probably want to emulate it because that's part of the charm of it, or so probably 2D.
Yeah.
And if my adventures with Green Lantern is like the Supergirl, Superman one, it's probably not going to be good, but I'll watch it.
Yeah, I think I was seeing somewhere because I was article searching with people talking about Absolute Batman, the show here. But obviously, this just got announced, so there's not much to go off of. But I think that I think one of the articles that I was reading earlier this morning, people were saying like they wouldn't be surprised if they tried to like go like a little more edgy and raw with Absolute Batman because he is not the typical Batman arc like build, so they might try to compete with shows like Invincible, which I just laughed at that. I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I guarantee Absolute Batman is going to at least look better than Invincible.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, because Invincible kind of looks like a slideshow sometimes. They're like it's really lazy.
I think they do a good job of adapting the characters in Invincible to their own art style, but I just feel like the art style is kind of missing something. Like maybe lighting. Good lighting.
Just like character and like distinction, I guess I would say.
Texture on certain costumes and characters. Like
it sort of just seems like generic almost, where it's like, oh, we are the stock standard 2D animation.
Yeah, the writing and the voice acting is doing a lot of heavy lifting for that show.
J.K. Simmons, man.
Well, now that it got brought up, speaking of that topic for Invincible, you guys saw this, right?
It's just Omni-Man naked. Oh. Joins voice. Fuck! I did say that. Jack Quaid, get out of here.
I knew you were going to get a kick out of that Naruto.
Naruto?
Come on, you know what I was saying. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
He's like, it and stuff. Yeah.
Like, fuck off with these like celebrity voice casts. Like, just get trained good voice actors. You don't need to waste money on Jack fucking Quaid.
A lot of times they're just lazy and do their own voice too. Like,
get Troy Baker. Where's fucking Troy Baker?
Well, he's probably doing 50 other jobs in video games.
Is he Indiana Jones?
Oh, in the Xbox game, yeah, I think so. The Golden Circle.
I just wanted to show it real quick. That was all.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Get like Nathan Fillion.
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool.
Nathan Fillion.
It was always Nolan North.
Nolan North is who I'm thinking of.
Because it was always him and Troy Baker were competing, and then they were both in Uncharted 4. So it was like, all right, we got the two most popular.
Yeah, and then they had that YouTube channel together.
Oh shit! Really?
And then Nolan North left because Troy was being all like super pretentious about video games, and Nolan North just wanted to like play games with his friend, and he's like, well, I don't really fuck with this dynamic anymore.
He's like, let's just play co-op. He's like, no, we must discuss the art.
He's like Troy Baker's very kind of like fucking pretentious, but very talented guy. So
there's a time for that whenever you're working, and then there's a time for just relaxing and playing.
Like you can't just play a fucking game with your buddy without being a fucking pretentious dickhead.
What does it mean, Nolan? What does it mean?
Yeah, like he's really trying to like it's not that complicated. Just play the fucking game, dude.
What did Deadpool mean when he pulls out this man's intestines?
The deeper meaning of pool.
The artistic
real quick.
expression.
February said Tom King is the head writer of Mr. Miracle. I believe it. I wouldn't doubt it. And then he asked us, how are we feeling about Absolute Batman being 3D animated instead of 2D? Is that confirmed?
If it's confirmed, well, it'll be kind of interesting to see if they can replicate the art style in a 3D animation. That'd be kind of neat to see if they can pull it off.
Well, I hope it looks better than the... What's that other 3D? What was it? Batman the Cape Crusader? Or it was like a Batman show that they did where it was like 3D animated.
It's probably going to be more like something like what is that fucking League of Legends show?
He said it's confirmed, by the way.
Yeah, what is that League of Legends show on Netflix? It's with the chick with the blue hair.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Arcane.
Yes, Arcane.
Yeah, so like, you couldn't even put a gun to my head to tell me.
That's like, it's 3D.
I have the Blu-ray of Arcane season 1 because I actually liked it. But...
Yeah, season 1's actually good. The other season sucks, but it's like 3D, but it has a distinct art style.
Yeah,
and I think you could do the same thing with Absolute Batman. And it could be good.
Don't try to emulate 2D with your 3D CG animation. It never looks good because like Dragon Ball Superhero, I think it was
robots.
Yeah, it's the one with like super. Yeah, it has.
Is that the one where Gohan has like that transformation?
Gohan Blanco. Yeah, they do the white hair.
Yeah. I remember watching that. Yeah,
I did not like that animation style.
The Broly movie that they did, that animation was perfect.
Oh, that was just like top quality 2D animation where it was just like, we have the budget, we finished the series, let's just put everybody on this shit.
Man, speaking of 2D animation, do you guys hear about the Tartakovsky Conan show in development?
Yeah.
That's what I'm yeah, there you go. Narrow had to let out a fat one for that. Yeah. I'm hyped for that, man.
I fucking love Conan.
What the fuck was that, John?
I know, man.
I was wrestling it down, you know?
Hold on for dear life.
I got Tifa back there. What do you want me to do? Hot. Looks just like
would you shut the fuck up?
Oh my, he's got the Wilhelm scream. That's
we got
good.
Some sound effects now in Narrow Dark, by the way. Oh man, but yeah, a whole lot of good shit going on, man. A whole lot of crazy fucking madness. I think the Conan show is gonna be fan fucking tastic. Tartakovsky does no wrong. Sorry, but it's just the truth.
I still gotta watch Primal, but man, between Samurai Jack.
Is that show completed? Primal is it already over with, or is that like
is that the one with the dinosaur? Oh, it is.
Yeah, the dinosaur. Yeah.
So did they? I could have sworn that was something on Instagram. Did it become a TV show?
Oh, it's like 3 seasons, I think. At this point.
Yeah, I did not know that. Like, I could have fucking sworn it was like someone did art.
They probably did a short of it or something.
Made a little series of it, and then. But yeah, I remember seeing some of this.
Dude,
do they speak at all?
I think it's. So I watched the very beginning of the series a while ago on HBO, and I think it was mostly silent.
Yeah,
might not be any dialogue. Yeah.
The thing is, like, a lot of the Clone Wars and Samurai Jack episodes were really like short on dialogue as well.
Especially like the Clone Wars, there's especially like Anakin's fight with Asajj. There's like it's very quiet. I love
the clone commanders in it. Whenever they're like,
oh yeah, like tactical as fuck, fucking getting shit done, blowing up Grievous out of a fucking elevator with a rocket launcher. Like I love
Captain Fordo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's just like
Surge. See you, man. Appreciate you hanging out tonight. See you, Surge. Good night. Yeah, man.
I just love how the droids had the most ridiculous. They're like, oh, we're going to have Lancers in our super futuristic sci-fi thing. We're just going to all charge it. And the clones were just like, oh,
yeah, we're going to have like We're gonna have like a cavalry charge. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just like we were on the exact same wavelength, droids. Let's just match
the
you.
fight with Obi-Wan and Dirge. That's a great fight. It's a great fight scene. And like when Obi-Wan just stabs the saber in him and he just laughs. Ha ha ha, just laughs in his face. Like, so you don't need this isn't even my final form.
That's stabbing me. That's only step 1 of killing me.
Well, buddy. Well, guys. Well, pals. Past 3 hours. This has been the longest episode we've done in a while. So right on. That's awesome. I feel myself running on fumes now, so I'm ready to wind it down. Yeah. A whole lot of crazy shit going on. GTA 6 took a lot of our fucking attention tonight, but I feel like that was a really big thing to talk about. Definitely had some fun with fucking clowning about not even the Supergirl movie itself, just people fucking spazzing about it, and of course some of the other things that we love. But yeah, great stuff tonight, guys. Really appreciate everybody being a part of it. Shout out to the live chat and shout out to the replay crew. We love to hear from you guys as always. Real quick before we get out of here, John, you got anything going on your channel? Some more gameplay stuff that people can go check you out at, or?
Oh my! Well, we've been on a bit of a Pixar binge. So I did all the Toy Story games.
I did see you were on that. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 and 3, and the Buzz Lightyear Star Command game. We did all those. Now we're doing a Bug's Life because I'm kind of just, I don't know, I'm just on a Pixar binge, I guess. And I feel like torturing myself on clunky PlayStation 1 and 2 platformers. But so we're gonna keep doing that, and then we're probably at some point tomorrow we're going to do a Supergirl watch along via I'll stumble across it on the internet somewhere, I'm sure.
You're gonna do that in like StreamYard, like private StreamYard viewing, or okay, gotcha.
No. I don't display the movie. I just show the little timer. I usually just drag the window or whatever it's playing just like to the top of the screen, so you just see what the timer is at.
Oh, okay,
and then I'm just like, yeah, and I just find a copy and just like display the very bottom of the image, so it keeps it copacetic, and then it's just like, just commentate over it or whatever.
Hell yeah, man. And if you guys want to go check out John Gets Gaming, he has his own channel here on YouTube. That is at John Gets Gaming. I'm going to go ahead and put his link to his page here in the live chat, and you guys can go ahead and find him in the description after the stream's been posted up for the night. And Narrow Dark, of course, man. You got anything going on? I did see that Narrow Dark put out a video recently. That was awesome to watch, man. I knew it was coming down the pipeline because he talked about it before, but that was fun to see, man. Had fun with that one, didn't you?
Yeah, and I don't know what I'll be doing next, but apparently Vader Episode 2 is actually going to be coming out soon. So,
might as well just add a sequel to that video you just dropped.
Yeah, are we going to watch it live on stream?
We fucking should. We should just EFAP the shit.
How's that? So, you should.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think we should. Oh fuck me. Why, dude? I have the link to Narrow Dark's channel like tucked to the side. Hold on.
Stream links. Put it in the bin.
Fuck you. All right, there we go. I know our live chat viewers left.
It spins the other way in Australia. So
I know the live chat viewers are minimal now that the stream was already ending and it got late, but there's Narrow Dark's channel, and of course we'll link him in the description. But all right, that all being said, thank everybody for being a part of the episode of Unlimited Tirade, another great one for all of us, and we'll catch you on the next one. So with that all being said, everybody, may the force be with you all. Now go piss off. Good night, everyone.
Welcome to the show, where the truth gets very low. Every scream's a dollar sign, every lie's by design. Corporate masters pull the strings, watch the puppets dance and sing. Unlimited tirade, we're cutting through the masquerade. Unlimited